This is JK Games, a game podcast where we bring you the news and reviews we care about.
And this season, we're playing through one game at a time with our official video game book club.
And whether you're the type to 100% every side quest,
or you're just here for the vibes and the story,
easy mode or expert, you belong here in our conversation. We're so glad to have you. Ow! I had to do a little wolf howl. Sorry.
Ow! Yep. So grab your snacks and let's break it down one level at a time.
This is the finale of the Wolf Among Us.
Yes! I'm so excited. Coleman's got what kind of cup you got? We got our coconut water. That's the most, I hate coconut water. It's the most diabolical.
Jesus,
Yes,
that's a lot of hate coming from coconut water.
Out of the coconut. Actually, it just tastes like this, but warm. I was just telling the story in the pre-show, but it's worth mentioning now because I'm, for the audio listeners, I'm holding it's a paper box, a 330 ml Vita Coco coconut water. Not sponsored, but I'll take
maybe one day.
But
please,
I was drinking it, and just scrolling the socials, and you know that that social media person, she got famous for making this little Dr. Pepper jingle where she's like, Dr. Pepper, it's so good. It's just like a silly little jingle. And then Dr. Pepper ended up using it. Well, other brands were like, Messenger, do us now. So I'm drinking this. I scroll it. All of a sudden, I see her. She's at the Super Bowl. It's a sponsored post. She's holding this exact thing that I'm drinking. And she's like, Vita Coco, yummy, or like whatever. She just made like a little thing. And I was like, this is so like dystopian that I'm like seeing this and like drinking it at the same time.
Yeah,
so
that's
weird.
Really funny.
I want to make a song for you, Josh. Langley Tea Farm, Langley Tea Farm. Oh, we got your tea right here and candy.
That was really good.
That's pretty good.
And a free promo.
It was a bit. It was very southern sounding. It was like southern rock kind of.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it went into the rock. That's once again, can't hold on to an accent or a genre with anything I do.
Well, welcome back,
Tegan
Josh
Sarah
and
says,
Jerica.
is the wolf among us right now? Exactly. That's what we're going to be talking about
They
tonight.
are, in fact, among us. So tonight we are wrapping up The Wolf Among Us, our first video game book club of the year. This is our third episode. So if you want to get all of our thoughts before this, make sure you go back to where we cover episode 1. And we talk about like Telltale games in general. And then the last episode, me and Coleman had sibling takeover. It was chaotic. It was a lot. If you guys watched it, there was a lighter
nuts.
out at some point. And then we covered episode 2 and 3. And so tonight we are covering episode 4 and 5. Just to recap, none of us have ever played it before. It's all of our first time playing it ever. So all of our like thoughts, our feelings are all like brand new. And we're really excited to talk about them with you. We are joined by Coleman, who is a returning guest on the show. And your last episode of Wolf Among Us with us, but we are so thankful that you joined us. I feel like it's been really fun.
I feel so loved and wanted.
Yes, of course. And then these are my regular old co-hosts, Josh and Jerica. Say hi.
Hello. I sort of want to do a song for Coleman. Oh man, he's been talking about Wolf Among Us with friends. That's us. We're the friends.
You're pretty good at this. I think you could go viral.
I see some similarities in the Langley tea, but you know,
It's a little repetitive, but you know, it's okay.
I draw influence from this. It's not too local, so it's not like, you know, proving where I am. Ab school, fireplace, and patio. Comfort and style is the way to go.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Sorry,
I get stuck in my head sometimes.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just to keep going. I'm in a mood.
The pre-show giggly's gotcha.
I have this espresso that I've drank.
That's that me espresso.
It really shot through my system.
Coleman, where can the people find you since this is your last episode for now? Of course, we know we'll have you back eventually, but where can the people find you and what are you working on lately?
Lately, I have been. You can find me at Coleman KO1 Eman. Pretty much anywhere where there is a username is where you can find me. I've been playing For Honor on TikTok, and Twitch is coming soon. Coming soon. I'm
Return
figuring
to
out
the Twitch.
Yeah, return to the Twitch.
I see him on TikTok like every day playing For Honor. Sometimes I think like, oh, this is like a recording, like a pre-recording. It's like, no, he's live again.
It's not good for the mental health. No, it's not. I'm just kidding. No, it's actually a lot of fun, and it's learning like the community, and like the community is actually really cool in that game, and it's cool to find the cool people in there.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what we've been doing.
Thanks for joining us. I really liked this stream that you guys did the other day where you took a drink every time you got a certain amount of likes. It was really funny. They
That
called it
hurt a
Drunk
little
Honor.
bit. That hurt a little bit.
It was really good.
And the more you have, and the worse you get, or the better. Sometimes or better.
Honestly, I play video games better when I'm a little shifty.
A little on the spicy side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spice.
Um,
Oh, also I forgot to ask. Coleman's Kayla's brother. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's correct.
Not just
Yes.
friends. Not that I needed that extra bit in there, but I really
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to add it.
No, he's like adjacent
That's
to me. I was gonna
wrong.
give.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
There you go.
Were you?
Oh, am I?
You could do a corner.
Am I that
No,
way?
no. Other
No.
okay. For the audio listeners, they're trying. It's just not working.
It's not
Don't
working.
worry.
But you know what is working? Our website that you can go to take a look at all of our merch. I have on our backlog of Doom shirt that Jerica designed herself, and it is my favorite thing that we have. And you can always find, what we have available if you want to support us. We
God.
did just recently.
I want to wear that right now.
It's so good, isn't it? You did such a good job, Jerica.
It's upstairs. I'm not going to do it.
It's the backlog of Doom. We're famously our backlog. It is Doom. We actually probably haven't done that in a while. We should revisit that. But you can find that on our website, jkgamespodcast.com, where you can also find our Discord, which you should join. I also linked it in the chat. I already saw Tegan, not Sarah, hopped in there. Thank you for joining. It is a joint Discord with all of our network, which is Drop In, Drop Out podcast. Which, speaking of, we do a lot of stuff with them. And we have a show that we have on Thursdays, and all of our various creators under that umbrella have content there as well. But we have a little JK Games like subsector where we have forums on the games that we're going to play. And speaking of games that we're playing, we're going to announce our next game in just a little bit. But as far as this week, things that you can expect, tomorrow you'll have Spotlight Games back where they go over the gaming news of the last couple weeks. Wednesday, we have a creator peak stream with Heroic Headgear. He is doing like a bunch of creators streaming and playing peak together. And that's going to be a lot of fun. It's at like 5 p.m. Eastern time, I believe. And then you'll have Patrick playing Resident Evil later that night. And then Thursday, Jerica is going to be on Drop In, Drop Out, where they are going to be breaking down the state of play that just got announced, where you can also watch that state of play alongside the Spotlight Games folks there too. But I've said a lot of things. We've yapped a lot. Do we want to reveal our next game before we dive into the last two episodes of Wolf Among Us?
I think so. So that everyone who's been in here could see it.
Yeah. Jerica, reveal our next game for video
We need
game
a
book
world
club.
premiere. We need
World
Yeah,
premiere.
we don't have
Yeah.
an audio cue to it. We just have the picture.
Hey, we got the person. We got the person
yeah,
to
you
make
can
the
make the
audio
jingle.
cue. Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say we
Me,
got the person
I
now.
just don't. I don't know why I had to do that. World premiere. That's as deep as I can get. That's what she said. Sorry. Or he should, depending on the night. I'll add that I'm really excited to play this next game simply because
Yeah.
I am a huge fan of anything scary. And, this is like a different. I also am a big fan of Limbo. Any Limbo knowers?
At the
Limbo.
first split second, I thought you meant like the actual like the limbo. But
No, the
I remember
game.
now. It's like the game, the creepy game.
Yes. I am
Good night.
familiar.
Limbo. Yeah.
But Little Nightmares has always been that game that's like touched those peaks that I've had or I had with when I played Limbo, or Inside, both of those games. Loved it. I love the atmosphere. Little Nightmares 1, 2, phenomenal games. 3, Kayla.
Not so good, unfortunately.
Something happened. Like, so obviously the IP is spread
Yeah.
with other studios with the third game, but the original studio is now getting. They have their hands are dirty with Reanimal, and that's what we're going to be playing. And I can go ahead and report, not any kind of opinion yet, but I've played the demo. And audio folks, you won't be able to see my eyes, but I'm going to give y'all the eyes of how much I love or hate Reanimal. I sort of gave it away how much I love it.
I don't know. I can't tell. But
I can't tell if that's
I
good.
can't tell from that.
I don't know what that is. You'll never know. You have to watch that
Oh
on
my
YouTube
Okay.
God.
Okay.
or Twitch.
That was so good. I
Played the demo.
I'm
good.
recovering from bronchitis, so my laugh sounds like I'm smoked for 25
I've
years and I
almost
haven't.
killed Kayla like too many times tonight.
I'm so sorry. I'm sure it's annoying. But yeah, we're playing Reanimal, which is really exciting. It's
That's
the
all
art-
I had to say, but I had to
Yeah.
keep going on and on.
No, I haven't heard about you playing the demo yet, so I was very excited to see your eyeballs of how you felt.
Hey, you can play it early on the Switch. Apparently, the demo is coming out, I think, on the 11th for everybody else, but it's out on the Switch
download
right
it
now. You can play it right now.
That's so
I got it right now.
cool.
I'm just gonna play this. You
Just
guys
play it.
chat. No, I'm just.
Oh
I'm gonna
my
download it.
God.
I'm gonna download it.
Oh my
I'm not
God.
gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it. I'm just gonna download it.
They're back with this one. Can't wait to do that next week.
I'm excited. I think we said we're doing 2 episodes because it's a fairly a little bit of a shorter game, and obviously it's not going to be as clean cut as Wolf Among Us when it's done by episodes. But we'll figure out how to divide it up, and we will share that with you. It's always fun to do a new release with everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jerica and Josh, for giving us the reveal. And now for our easy mode, we are going to talk a little bit about the choices that Jerica and Josh made in our last. And I think honestly, we just do spoilers all the way through. Like, to be
Yeah,
honest, it's going to be
it's-
hard to talk about not spoilers. And my thought process here, so that we don't take a million years and kind of go through the whole episode 2 and 3 with you guys, is just kind of hit on the big themes in episode 2. Because I would love, me and Coleman, I don't know if you guys watched the full last episode. Me and Coleman made like bets based on what we thought you guys were going to pick.
I dipped out to the spoilers, and then I just caught up last night, so I didn't revisit the episode yet.
Gotcha. Coleman, I don't remember what we said.
Oh my God.
It was between 2 things, and we chose a different
Oh.
thing for each.
Oh, okay.
It
That's
was-
right.
So we said this person was going to do this, but not do this, and then this
Yeah.
person was going to do that, but not that.
Okay, I think I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. So episode 2, you end on episode 1 with finding out that Snow White is dead. Also, yeah, spoilers for The Wolf Among Us, the whole thing. If you haven't played it, then you care about spoilers, then yeah.
I will say I kind of theorized that, in our first episode,
Yes.
that maybe it was like a glamour. Yeah.
So did Jerica. Yeah.
Yep.
So did Jerica.
Yep.
And so essentially you start episode 2, you had the cliffhanger, and how did you guys choose to talk to Crane about Snow White's death? Did you want to like empathize with him, or did you choose not to empathize with him? Like, were you sus of Crane immediately?
Sus, and I continued being an asshole to him.
I was pretty nice to him actually in that scene. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Didn't like him. Don't trust him.
So who did you guys end up getting to in the murder like suspect chair? Because you essentially you kind of like target one person, and then you end up actually like interrogating them. You
Ooh, I
take
didn't
over
actually
from
think about that. It could be a different person there.
yeah, you take over for Bluebeard, and then you are interrogating whoever you choose in the chair. And I might probably know y'all's answers based on like our discussion on the first episode, but Jerica, who was in your chair?
I just had to go deeper. I had already started leaning in so hard on the huntsman, and now I just feel like I'm just being a shitty cop because I'm like, I can't go. I'm committed to this now, and I got the
Oh my
whole city
God.
thinks it's the huntsman, so I'm
Oh
gonna
my God.
lean in. But then I backed off, and I did not torture him, and we
It's
were
just
best friends.
Jerica as a police would just not want to look bad.
Yeah,
It's like, I don't want to make. I don't want to look like I've
Oh,
made the wrong
no.
choice here, but I have made the wrong choice, and I
No.
also didn't want to run after that other Tweedledee guy.
yeah. Josh.
Tweedledee was in my chair. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, basically me and Coleman had the opposite. Like, we both had the opposite, same as y'all. I had the woodsman in my chair, and he had Tweedledee in his chair.
Okay,
So we've kind of both fell into certain buckets
Interesting.
this whole time. So I'm curious to see. And Josh, did you torture them? Did both of you get information out of?
I got information just by talking. I didn't torture. It was actually, I was getting annoyed. I could see why you would want to just
it was
whack
a little
him because it was like, because I was just
Yeah.
trying to talk it out. Because I've been playing my wolf where like he actually is trying to suppress, trying to be changed. I'm trying to be a different big bad
Yeah.
wolf, So
Yeah, for sure. All right. So then when you are kind of getting further along and you get revealed that Snow is actually alive, do you guys try to make her hide out, or do you let her go along with you? Do you let her make her own decisions, or do you try to like push her down and like, hey, be careful because somebody's after you? Jerica.
Coming with me. I was cool with it.
she made it clear she's a strong, independent woman. She
That's
can
it.
do what she wants. So she's she's coming along. I just let her.
Coming with me.
Always, yeah.
We started bumping heads a little bit along the way, though.
Mhm,
Yeah. I think that's inevitable, to be
for
honest.
sure.
All right, then how, when you end up getting to, you eventually lead yourself to the club, also titties, Jericho?
Yes, saw those. I was like,
Kayla
whoa,
said
there's
Jericho
boobs
was going to be excited.
I was like, wow, look at this.
They
This
look
is an
pretty
old
good.
game. They did good. Good job, Telltale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, boobies.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, so how did you handle Georgie Porgy when you got there? Were you super aggressive with him or not? This whole sequence is kind of like, basically you're getting to decide over and over again
'Cause
whether or
you
not
could
you're
break
going to
his
hit
thing.
him.
You could break this thing. You could break this
Yeah.
thing. You can hit him.
It was a lot of choice there. I remember
Yeah.
I was beating up on him a little bit. Then I feel like I pulled back because I'm like, I don't know. I'm just trying. No, I remember. I was trying not to get aggressive with him. But I'm like, and we'll talk probably about this in the final episode. But I feel like the game is just is egging you on to be like the asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
I do think that's
choices
part of
come
his
back-
character, though, because
No, and I get it
Yeah,
because now
okay.
because like it's part of like it's like his mental struggle. Like that is repeating in his head. Like I need to calm down. So like it made sense finally to me. But I was just like, God, quick, asking me if I want to hit this guy. I don't want to hit him, but I know for the Wolfman,
it's almost
a
like
little
Hulk,
complicated.
where like he's trying not to be Hulk. You know what I mean? This is how I viewed
Yeah,
it. So it's like
impress.
because he has a reputation from wherever before they were here that everyone was like scared of him and hate him. So that's why I was trying to I thought it'd be more interesting to try to, instead of just play that way that everyone expects, to try to kind of be a little bit, but not like total goody two shoes, because like he still struggles with it, which we'll talk about later. But yeah.
Did everyone just end up finding the like door in the floor? I guess the door in the floor, is that like what everyone gets to, the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
You get there the same way. I mean, Coleman discovered, because Coleman at the very end thought that he like surprise had found it, because he decided to break the barrel at the very end.
I kicked the
but
keg and I found it.
Yeah, but I didn't, and I still
Me
found
neither,
it.
yeah.
So
He just kind of sees it.
yeah. So then you as you continue to progress, you find out that Beauty works at the hotel, and it's kind of like essentially having to earn money because Beast is like not like they're not surviving essentially. So she's having to be at the hotel, but then Beast shows up and thinks that you're sleeping around with his wife.
Yeah.
So then you get in a fight. This is a pretty cool fight scene, I think, because you have like the Beast and you have him. I feel like they're pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
But did you guys keep punching him while he was down, or did you let him go? How did you guys handle that?
Let him go.
You let
I
him go.
believe I did too, because of the same, just how I've been playing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I did too.
Okay. And then the end of episode 2, basically you find out that Crane is a creep, and the whole time he's been like paying for this lover that because she looks like Lily.
Crazy
Very
plot
disturbing.
point. Yeah.
Insanely disturbing.
Yeah.
And then you have this like photo that you find of him like desecrating her body. Like it was like awful.
I was like, Jesus.
Yeah. So that's kind of how that ends. And then you find out that it was actually Lily, who is Holly's sister from the bar. And then in episode 3, you open up with Snow giving a eulogy at the funeral. Do you interrupt the eulogy to try to like tell her about Crane?
No, I let when if I see someone speaking at a funeral, I was like, the right thing to do is to let him stop or let him keep speaking.
Yeah.
There's
I
no
was just like-
rush, because I'm there anyway. If she's in danger, like whatever, I'm right
Well,
I
there.
wonder
You
if there
learn
was
that
a-
it don't matter because you're still in
I was
danger.
I was about to say, like, did it benefit anyone interrupting? Did anyone here interrupt or like
Coleman,
cut it
did you? I
short?
forget.
No, I did
I
not.
think
do
it
that.
would
I
probably
didn't.
just hurts your like invisible stat with her, probably. I'm
It's
sure.
like Snow will remember that.
yeah.
You know?
Very Life is Strange coded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, none of us did that. And then did you? Okay, this was one of mine and Coleman's favorite parts, where you get the 3 places you can go to.
Yeah.
And you have that visual of the clock on the
Yep.
screen.
Yeah, that was
I
cool.
paused it there. I
loved
was like
that
really
moment.
thinking, like, what should I do?
Yeah, they really make you know that it's a big deal. Where did you guys go first? The bar, Holly's bar, Crane's apartment, or Dee's office? Because essentially, right now, you're racing the clock to try to meet Crane at his meeting with was it the witch they had to meet
Yeah,
at like 2
yeah.
a.m. or something?
Yeah.
So you're trying
Which
to
is
like
Laura Bailey, by the way. I think the
Shut
voice.
up.
Yeah,
That's
Which is
cool.
crazy. Yeah, I was like, what?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tegan.Sarah said, "No way, she's gonna forget that." That's really good. I really like that.
Bluebeard is the voice actor for Lee from The Walking Dead as well.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I could hear that now. Yeah. That's cool.
Josh, where did you go first?
Okay, so yeah, one option because like Bluebeard's gonna go to the other place and then you'll be late or something to the other one. I went to all three. I went to because what was there was the bar, there was the office
and the apartment
the apartment. Well,
Crane's apartment.
Oh yeah, Crane's apartment.
Where Bluebeard's going.
Wait, did I even go there? I might not have went there. I went to the
It's pretty
office. Quick. It was Tweedledee and Dum's office, right?
Yes.
I think it depends on where you go first.
I went there first.
Okay. Gotcha. What about Jerica? Where'd you go?
I also went to the Tweedledee and Tweedledum's office first.
Coleman, I forgot where you went.
Me and Kayla did the same exact thing, and we think we did it the wrong way. I think that's what we said. We did it the wrong way. We went to the bar first, I believe.
Yes.
Why did you think
that's
the wrong way?
Because, well, you'll see when you get further, when we talk about it a little bit further, but the reason I went to the bar first is because they had mentioned it before we made that big decision.
It seemed like that's
that
what
was like
Snow wanted you to do, in my opinion. That she wanted you to go to the bar first. Because I was trying to follow what I thought she wanted. But when you guys got to the apartment, was the stuff burned?
No.
Okay.
Oh, Bluebeard showed up there and he burned all of Crane's stuff. All of his evidence. Yeah,
for us.
And then I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so well. He kind of has a weird explanation later, but
it didn't happen to me either. So.
Yeah, it didn't happen to me.
Yeah,
it was very interesting. We did the exact same order. And then, what did you guys think about Flycatcher? Did you offer him a job? Flycatcher was kind of cool.
Yeah, he was great. It was really funny. I enjoyed his little addition. Like I thought he was going to be like a spy, but I was like, no, this guy's just a little derpy.
Nah, yeah, he's just a little dude. He's like Waterboy.
Yeah. Waterboy, yeah.
That's true. Okay, probably the most important question of the night. Lock in. Did you burn the witch's tree? And me and Coleman did bet on this, what we think you're going to say.
Okay. Do you remember who was who?
I think I do. Jerica.
I didn't want to burn the tree. I was like, no, Snow, we're not going to burn this lady's tree. She might end up being unable to help us. And then I tried to get her to work for us. I was like, we need this witch on our side.
Okay. Josh?
I did not burn that tree because... Did you think I would?
Coleman, do you remember what we said?
You don't even remember your bets.
I don't remember.
I think that I said that Josh was going to and Jerica wasn't.
I remember I watched a little bit. I got to this part and someone thought I was going to burn the tree, but I can't remember who.
Oh, okay.
I almost did, but I felt bad because she was very distraught about it. Even though she's like a bad guy, like I don't care about her, but it's an ancient tree from the old world. I was like, what? Like, you can't burn this like an artifact.
Coleman burned that mother to the ground.
Burn, baby, burn, baby, burn.
I feel like Coleman thought I was going to burn the tree.
Yeah,
I feel like he said that.
So too.
I didn't want to because it seemed like an important thing. Even if she's a bad guy, whatever happens to her, like I felt the tree was important.
It's like a family.
Yeah.
A tree that's been in the family forever.
But she was using it to do black market stuff, though.
Because she's on the wrong side. We can get to this a little bit later, but like, this is the part where I was just starting to say, like, all right, Snow White, she's got good intentions, but she's not Sheriff Bigby, okay?
Sometimes she goes a little sideways. She snaps decisions, yeah.
And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. If this was in the real world, if we were Mundies, we'd be both arrested, but actually probably not, you know.
Yeah.
That's a joke, exactly. But you know, the game goes in a direction that I was like, well, this is sort of relevant to today's times.
All I'm saying is, if this tree was so important, why'd she have it in her living room? Why didn't you have it hidden somewhere? Like,
Brother's in the window. It's in the window.
Well, where else would you put it? Or
it looked kind of like an Arby's.
Why isn't there a spell to like make it super tiny?
What?
An Arby's?
You know, some of the
you say Arby's?
Some of the Arby's used to have a little tree in the dining area like that, like right by the window.
Like a real tree?
Yeah.
Could you climb it?
I burned down the Arby's too.
Yeah.
No, don't.
It was so funny.
Josh,
Yo,
hold on.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'm interested about this tree in Arby's. Is this like a massive oak, like in the middle of Arby's? Because there used to be a bar in my college town that also had a big oak tree in the middle of the bar, like going through the roof. Is it one of these things? And like instead of a play place, the kids just climb this tree.
Kind of. It wasn't really massive though. It wasn't like an oak. It was like a
Dang.
skinny, like what you would see like sort of indoors, but it was a real tree usually. And that was kind of what they're known for, like a big glass window in the front, and then they'd have like this tree there. I don't know why.
What
I'm
fast food
bummed.
restaurants are y'all going to?
Arby's.
Oh, well, mine was a
We
bar
have the meats.
out in the country. And it's a stump now, or that bar's still around. It ended up getting cut down, and they patched the roof. And
Man, we didn't play on no play sets. We just played on a tree that went through the freaking restaurant, man. That's
we ain't beating the redneck
like-
allegations
it's like,
anytime
is
soon.
Is there a slide I can slide down? No, go, Jimmy. Go, just climb the tree that's in the middle of Arby's with your roast beef. All right, sorry, we're off topic now.
Welcome, P-Swag, with the LMAO Arby's tree mentioned. Okay, and then last big decision, also Bloody Mary reveal. Bloody
I
Mary's
hate her.
a badass bitch. I think she's so cool.
Oh, you
I mean,
think
I hate
she's
her.
cool? Oh,
She's cool.
I mean, you can think she's
That's
cool, but I
interesting.
was ready to murder
She was
her.
giving me lesbian Trinity vibes from The Matrix.
She's one of those that I'm like,
Ooh.
for first glance, I'm like, ooh, but as soon as I heard her talk, I was like, I can't stand this bitch. Can't stand her.
Interesting.
Too
She
much.
really reminded me of what's her? Y'all haven't played? Have any of y'all played Telltale Walking Dead?
Yeah.
A little bit.
She
I
reminds
know
me
who
of like a she reminds me of a certain someone that
Yeah.
you
Got that little just like.
I will say, like,
Yeah.
we can talk about it later, right? She's cooler when she's in her, like, not glamored form.
Yes,
her
yes,
scary
yes.
form. Yeah.
Scary.
Last question. Did you kill Tweedledee at the end whenever the crooked man shows up? Also, that scene when he shows up in the car and rolls the window down and flicks the cigarette, that was so cool.
That was cool.
Like, and he waves him on. But did you kill Tweedledee,
No.
Josh?
I actually did.
Well, why? How?
Let's go. Let's
You know
go.
No, you
So-
can't accidentally do that. You have to commit.
You have to commit,
committed.
yeah.
So, but in the moment, so this
Interesting.
whole game, I've been playing him where he's trying to. Bigby has this bad reputation where everyone's scared of him, and I've been playing him pretty, like sometimes pretty mean, but like not really getting aggressive with people, not torturing people, not hitting people, like always trying to like, keep the Hulk in, whatever. But in that moment when he's getting shot or whatever, he's starting to transform, and this is the first time we see him as like the humanoid, kind of half humanoid wolf form. I decided to mix things up a little bit and just see what happened and go ahead and kill Tweedledee.
Commit to the bit, yeah.
And as like a character moment for him where he fails what I've been trying to do this whole game by keeping his like temper down. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna go for it. And
Oh, so you did this as like a tipping point for him
Yeah,
to
as a
try and
tipping
bounce
point.
back.
That's a
Oh, you
character,
made your own arc.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
In the game.
That's cool.
That's
That's
cool.
fun. That's fun.
episodic games. The
Exactly.
whole point, I guess.
so did
right?
did any of you kill?
No.
I did.
You
I
did?
did.
Wait,
Okay,
yeah,
I
Coleman
did.
did. Yeah.
It's
I
pretty.
had-
I mean, there's a lot of severed heads in this game, and so it's pretty gruesome. Like his trachea is like sticking out and stuff. It's like, oh my
Whoa.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it because I was tired of being messed around with.
Yeah.
Listen, there's two dudes in an alleyway shooting you with shotguns, and
Over and
like,
over and over and over and over.
Right, and then like I'm made out to be the bad guy because I kill him. No, I killed him because he's killing me, and
Yeah.
like I don't understand. And like I don't know. All I'm saying is it went my way. I see that as an absolute win.
It does come back later as it comes back later.
Ooh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
so curious about what happened in y'all. So let's go ahead and let's dive into our most recent episodes, right? So we have episode 4, In Sheep's Clothing, and then we have episode 5, Cry Wolf. We're kind of just gonna go through the decisions, or do we want to I guess we can say for the end, our overall thoughts on the game, what we wish would have been different, and then like what we just think like as a whole. We can save that for later.
Yeah.
But essentially, so this episode opens up, and I just love also the way that they do like it feels like a sitcom, the way they end episodes and the way they like start the new ones.
I like
like
that
the-
little intro song and like the thing. It does feel like while you're watching like TV.
It does, yeah. So you basically you open up the next episode and the doctor's repairing you. Like you're having this scene where you're like getting wrapped up, Snow's there, everybody's scared. And you got hit by like a silver bullet. I do think that's interesting. And there's like a little sequence where the doctor says like one more time and you're done, basically. Did you guys catch that?
Yep.
Yeah.
One more. He said you could take as much buckshot as you want, but one more silver bullet close to the heart or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're over.
And there's also like a nightmare sequence where you're about to be like axed by Bloody Mary. And he wakes up to like the doctor thing. Dr. Swinehart. And
who's he, by the way?
I don't know.
He has
I
a
didn't look
certain
it up.
fable. I'm gonna look it up
I don't
real
know.
quick.
Maybe.
You know what? I'll look it up.
Not a spoiler, but like I'm not saying who it is yet, but there was someone that surprised me near the end that showed up as like I'm like, why is this person here? And none of the other people like around this person is there. Do y'all not know who I'm talking about? We'll get there,
not.
but
Yeah.
I was a little confused by that part.
So then you kind of like more kind of options come up that you are trying to, it almost seems like you're trying to pick between like romancing Snow and not romancing Snow and like your dynamic. But I kind of ask her to stick around while I'm being operated on. Also the scene where you snap your own bone together.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna
yeah.
mention that.
They do it
That
twice.
was crazy.
Yeah, very. If you're like squeamish at all, because it's a compound fracture, so the bone is sticking out, and so you have to play a quick time event to try and reset your arm with the bone. Everything is pretty detailed.
And then so Coleman and Josh, you would have had to defend yourself against Snow, right? Because she's like mad that you killed Tweedle in this section.
Yes.
Was she? Yeah, a little bit. She kind of gets onto you. It's not too bad though. Here, it comes back later again, but it's not too bad here because she does be like, we need to be better. We need to, basically kind of reminding you have a bad reputation already. And like if they're going to be the new government, even though they're like interim government or whatever, we need to do things. She's trying to be more straight-laced by the book or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be making decisions like that without due process. She kind of gets on you all this. It kind of sets up stuff for later.
Yeah, which also like this part was the same, I guess, for us too, because they do talk about like we're doing things by the book now. I kind of pushed back in my playthrough and was like, well, like sometimes you just got to get shit done kind of thing. So I am like pushing back a little bit here. And she kind of already immediately, this seemed like a switch up to me from her in the beginning. And it could just be like what you've all been through together. But she's like, okay, yeah, so unglamoured fables have to go to the farm. Also, you never really get what that is. And I think that's kind of weird. Did you guys notice that?
I
wish we
Yeah.
I
think
haven't
that's
done
kinda
too much
odd.
deep dive, but I've done a little bit deep dive into the source material, and there's way more like lore and like all this stuff in the like graphic novels. So, yeah, we don't understand like where they came from as much in this game as well as the farm and stuff like that.
Which in this section, then you have to decide whether Colin is going to the farm or not. What did you guys do here?
I think we should start with Jerica.
Here's the deal.
Because you like the pig. You like Colin.
I like him. He isn't following the rules. But here's the deal. Like, I just saw a lot of aggression in Snow White. A lot of stress is on her. Once again, not the detective or the cop in the room. That's our wolf man. So I just like, I think there was like a choice where basically like maybe Snow will forget about it. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Whatever
interesting.
option that was, it was like, it was just something
did
like
that
maybe
too.
Snow's overreacting. We'll revisit it and she'll probably be fine. So I chose that route. So
That was also what I
Yeah.
did because I was trying to be non-committal because like it's the exact same thought process. I felt Snow was overreacting, just like the tree. It's like she made something up in her mind because she was
She's very
frustrated.
black and white.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
overstimulated about something else, and she just like, okay, this is what it's gonna be. And he's like, are you gonna do something about that? And you could kind of just say like, no, you're going to the farm, or like you can promise him. I felt like that was more of ambiguous, but apparently that just counts as you promising him like that he's not going to go to the farm, I guess.
Okay,
I thought it was more ambiguous.
since we're talking about it though, did he go for everyone?
No, he
No.
didn't.
Well, I
He
don't
did
know.
for
I
me.
Don't, I
What did
don't
you
know.
Oh,
You don't know? Oh, yeah. He was like at
But
that
that's fine.
part.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't know. That's fine.
It
That's
doesn't show anything.
true.
It's like
He's just in the car.
yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, what did you pick? What did you tell him that he's going?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was already kind of thinking about the frog situation, and I knew that they needed to go, and so I was like, it's not going to be fair if like some of them go and some of them
I mean,
don't.
you're right.
And then also like, and this may be later, but was he asking us for money, or is that Toad later that's asking us
Toad
for money?
asked for money.
Okay. Peachwag in the chat said got hard into the comics back when this game launched, and there's a lot of interesting stuff about the farms. I actually think I might try them.
The art looks
'cause
good
I'm
because I was
curious.
looking up some little. I didn't get too far into it. I want to see the difference of like what was source and does follow like a very similar story arc, but the art looks
Yeah.
really good.
I
And
had
then-
a difficult time during this bit. I said nothing to Colin. I stayed
Oh.
silent, which I looked at the report. I was like 4% of people that stayed silent during that bit. And then he was like, "Oh, you can't even come up to say any
Yeah.
words about this, huh?" So like that's kind of like
I
saying
bet
a
yours
no.
probably would have got shipped off then
Yeah.
because you didn't tell them no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also you can kind of decide how you want to talk about Snow here, because Snow, what we didn't mention is in the last episode, she basically hands Crane over to the Crooked Man to save your life, essentially. So are you thankful for her, or do you kind of push back and say like, you shouldn't have decided that for us, kind of thing?
No, I think that was a good decision. I mean, I think Bigby described it well when I said it. I was like, look, it was either I'm dead and they take him anyway, or I'm
Yeah.
not
That's what he
dead and they
says.
take him
I said the
anyway.
same thing. I
Yeah.
thanked her. I was
Yeah.
like, thanks for saving me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same here.
Thank you, Heroic Headgear, for the sub. Welcome
Hey.
in. Woo-hoo. Short review, Bigby can get it. We love to see it. He sure
Also,
can, folks.
I feel, I keep calling him Wolfman. Let me be really transparent with y'all. I keep wanting to call him Bigsby in my head, and I just don't want to get it wrong. So I keep calling him my wolf guy, right? Big B.
Big B.
Not Bigsby. Why do I keep wanting to say Bigsby? I feel like that's a more that name is more common than Big B.
Yeah.
I gotta start remembering. I'm gonna imagine this huge,
Briggs.
massive, hairy bee.
Go up with a hairy bee right now.
Big B.
P-Shrag in the chat says, I feel like Telltale always says you can choose silence, but I don't think they ever write good beats for choosing silence because they expect no one to do it.
I had a
think
good
you're right.
experience with not saying things.
There's,
a few
I don't know.
times.
I had sometimes it worked weird, not to fast forward too much, but when I'm interviewing like one of the Goonies and I don't want to tell him about the mirror, so I just choose to stay silent, and then all of a sudden I'm leaving. I'm like, well, I gotta go get the mirror shard. I'm like, what? I wasn't trying to tell him that. Like,
Yeah,
the
that's
heck?
happened. That happens to me a couple times. I feel like I could see this seam sometimes, like
Yeah.
between like the cuts. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I could tell like that there was supposed to be like a different kind of thing happening. Jericho,
Well,
were you saying something?
I rarely did it because I was pretty reactionary, and I'm not gonna get into the specific place, but the moments that I chose to not say anything were moments where it made sense just to listen. And I always had a better response. I felt that was like the most natural, correct response.
Sometimes it worked.
And I mainly committed to that like twice. And even at one
Especially
point,
as a
Audrey,
detective, you want people to kind of like. I think someone calls you out on it once if you're doing that too much. They'll be like, "Oh, I see what you're trying to do. You're just trying to keep me talking." So that is, sometimes it works.
Oh,
even
Yeah.
Audrey picked up on the moment. She's like, "That's really cool." Like I like that it's sort of rewarding you for not talking in this moment.
Yeah.
So like I said, I didn't do it often, but it's really like when someone was trying to like I just need to shut up. So
Could never be me. Could never show up.
Yeah.
No, I did it a couple times too. But okay. So then essentially you get requested to speak to Narissa, which is one of the girls from the club, who you discovered through talking to her that they're basically tied to these like ribbons that are keeping them silent. And Narissa's kind of like the head girl. And then it's weird because I feel like this conversation with her, you are left feeling like she's implying that your friends are involved here. Do you not feel like, did y'all
Yeah.
come away with this? And this never becomes really
that was
much.
a weird
You're right.
conversation. That was weird.
It was very weird.
I was starting to go through my mind because there's not even that many characters. Honestly, in this whole game, there's not that many characters. I was like, I'm not really friends with anyone but Snow and that green monkey. He's not even my
Bucket.
friend.
I just wanted to call him Bigsby all of a sudden. Dang it.
yeah. And
Big B,
it's
Bigsby. What's his name? I love the monkey's name.
Buffkin.
Buffkin. Buffkin.
But
Ooh,
you're right.
Buffkin.
Who's up here with their buffkins?
You're right. She was like trying
Buffing their
to,
kins.
because she couldn't speak. She's like, my lips are sealed. But it did seem like maybe it was just like because she couldn't speak. Because you're like, it made it sound like not to trust one of your friends or something.
Well, yeah, because she doesn't want you to tell Snow. So she's like trying to keep you
It
from
was
telling
weird.
Snow
I
about
guess
it.
so.
Oh, what did you guys do here? I just tried to remove the ribbon forcefully.
Shit, Kayla. No.
I did
I thought I
not.
was helping her. I didn't know.
I was
that it
actually
gonna
curious what
behead
happened.
her.
So
It
what
doesn't
happened?
happen.
Do you
It
think
doesn't.
she would? Do you think she would already have that off if that was okay to pull off,
Well,
Kayla?
I figured she was like spelled to where she couldn't do it herself. So I was just gonna do it for her.
Oh, that makes sense.
I can't remember my choice. It wasn't.
You know?
It was the one next to it. I wasn't pull the ribbon, but it was like, maybe like reach towards her or something. Because when you do that, then she like freaks out, and then he's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. So that happens to
So
me.
I guess it's the same
Yeah.
thing.
And then I said I was sorry. Like I apologized, and I said that I wouldn't tell anyone.
Kayla's like that aunt that's like, hold on, you got
Yeah.
something on your face.
Yeah.
Let me get that off of me. That's the whole point. I'm trying to get her to fess up. You know,
Oh
she's
my
not saying
gosh.
anything, and I'm like, damn, you're gonna keep talking about that. You can't. My lips are sealed. I'm like, okay, well, let me fix that. You know, damn.
Write it down. If your lips are
Write it
sealed, your
down.
hands are
Write it
sealed.
down. This could all been solved by just giving
She
her a piece
can't.
of paper.
It's not gonna work.
Okay, so yeah, the magic keeps her. You've learned that the magic keeps her from talking, which you kind of already knew from like the Lily situation. But essentially, then Beauty and the Beast call you over to their house, and they admit, like, this is where you start to get more lore about the fact that essentially Beauty and the Beast are materialistic, and they have gotten themselves involved in this huge like scheme with the Crooked Man, where Beauty borrowed money from the Jersey Devil, which I don't know who this is. Do we know who this
It's
is?
just a folklore crypto, like Bigfoot, the Jersey Devil, Mothman.
The
It's one of
Jersey
these.
Devil. Jarek,
It's
give
one
us
of
a
these.
Jersey accent.
Sorry, my mic was muted because I'm
that's
eating
okay.
candy.
Oh
But
my
Yeah.
Baby Jane Doe, taking
There it
fluids
is.
well.
There it
Yes,
is.
very good.
There it is.
And then
all
you
I can
find
do.
out that that's really good. Or what is it? I think like the Cake Boss guy. Do you know who I'm talking about? What's his name?
Cake Boss, yeah. Cake Boss.
what does he
That's all I
say?
know.
Hey, I'm making a cake here. I don't know. By the way, during this bit, Beauty was pissed at me. She was so
Really?
Oh,
mad because I
really?
told
No.
Beast that
we were
I
like
saw
friends.
her.
Me and Beauty were
her.
like friends.
Me
Nah.
too.
She actually showed in the scene where she's like, taking you through the hotel, right before you find the picture of Crane and Snow White. It was weird to me because she was like, I hate you. Okay, I'll go help you. And then in this scene, when you're in their apartment, she actually was like, she didn't want to open the door for me when I was going in. She kept it like
She
with a
called
chain.
me.
Nah,
She called me too.
So you must have been friends with Beast, and then we were.
Beast
friends with
called
Beauty.
me.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, interesting. And here's the thing. So I'm kind of reading this recap. It seems like what Narissa was talking about was Beast and Beauty to pursue that lead.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
of the fact that like they're
right.
connected, like ultimately.
I did like, even though it's like a slower
yeah.
scene of visiting them, I kind of like this, like just seeing them like in this domestic situation and like, it is weird. It made me wonder, like, this is why I started to look up like the graphic novel more, because we don't, or maybe I missed it. Like, I'm confused about like why are they living in this junk town from like,
Yeah.
I felt the same way. I
if
was
they
like,
were royalty,
yeah, like all these people, they're like in this fairy
Why
tale
did they
place.
come
And now they're
here?
living in like Junko, New York.
did
I think
I
I missed
just
that. I don't know. Like, it's probably explained in the graphic novel.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is getting into a bigger conversation where I feel like a lot was implied and never got fully fleshed out, in my opinion.
It made it sound like they're exiles of some sort.
Yeah, and
Maybe the villains all took over. I don't know.
So essentially, you find out that Beauty acknowledges to have taken a loan out from the Crooked Man at the pawn shop through the Jersey Devil. So basically, the Crooked Man is pulling all the strings with all of these people. And then at the butcher shop, which can I just say, all the shops in this town have such fun names. The Cut Above is the name of the butcher shop. She suspects that there's like illegal merchandise and not meat in the packages that like Beast was then delivering the stuff with the butcher shop. And he mentions having seen Bloody Mary at the shop before. So now you have to decide whether you go to the butcher shop or the pawn shop first. Which one did you guys do?
I did the butcher shop first.
So did I.
Same. Had to
Wait,
think
what'd you
about it.
do?
I was like, yes.
The
I went to the
butcher
butcher
shop
shop.
first.
Butcher
Yeah.
shop.
Oh, I went to the pawn shop.
Ooh, Coleman, what happened with you? You tell us first what happened.
We got there and Toad was there and
Oh.
I can't do
Oh,
Toad.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
You know, Toad from Mario.
That was great.
I was like, I don't think Toad in Wolves Among Us talks like that. Toad was there, and then wait, is that not his name? Is his name?
It's
I guess it is. It's
I think it
Toad.
is, yeah.
TJ, CJ.
Toad was there with the
That's the pin.
ass skin. With the ass skin.
Talking
The
about-
donkey skin.
Donkey
The donkey
skin.
skin.
Oh,
Wait, that's
was there with-
crazy.
Hey.
He was there and he was trying to sell it to
What?
get money to get his glamour.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh.
That did not happen.
What a-
And what's his name? Who was working at the pawn shop? It was Jack, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I saw
yeah.
Jack for like a second.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
He was
well,
leaving.
I talked to Jack for like a long time, and I got to investigate. Well, first off, I told Toad, I was like, bro, I was like, give me the ass skin. I was like, what are you doing with that? And he was like, I'm trying to get my money from my glamour, okay? And then he tries to walk
good.
out the door. He tries to walk out the door, and I'm like, put the ass skin down. And he said, I need money. And then I was like, you know what? She doesn't need any more. Just take it. See what you can do with it. And I interrogated Jack because he was not telling the truth or the full truth. He was like just going around it. The woodsman's axe was there. And
Okay,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the same.
Yeah.
That's the same.
Okay, so if you go to the butcher shop, you find
Wait.
Johan. Yes.
Johan, but wait. Johan.
Johan?
Wait. If I'm wondering like how the butcher shop would be different for you then. So then what happened at the butcher shop?
so no, okay, wait. At the pawn shop, when I went there, I tried to find the axe, and then I was like, Bloody Mary was here. She had the axe because she almost killed me with it. And then he started to close down the shop, but then the Jersey Devil and the Woodsman walk in. Did that happen with y'all?
No.
Oh.
They were already
In
there.
the pawn shop? Yeah, they were just in there.
Oh,
like
they walked
walked
in.
They were like
walked in
fighting
and
with
then
each other.
They walked in
Yeah.
and then the fight happened.
I see.
Right.
So you basically Coleman got to investigate the pawn shop before that everything happened. We did not get to look around the pawn shop.
Right.
Okay.
By the time we show up, they're basically fighting each
we
other.
don't
and
even
you just
talk to
like,
Toad
fight.
there.
Then you're just
Yeah.
like fighting. Yeah, Toad's not there. Jack's like
Yeah.
leaving. You just see him for a second. He's like, I'm leaving.
Huh.
Johan.
Mr. Johan.
So
Jane Doe. Johan. Sorry.
taking fluids well.
Taking fluids well.
So what happened when y'all went to the butcher shop?
So you get to the butcher shop and then you have Johan there. And you
Johan.
basically are like, you can tell he's super nervous and like, you know, he's upset. And then you realize that the back room of you get to go through the butcher shop and you find the back room and it's like the legal black market, like factory that's happening. Bloody Mary's not there, but if you go and this is your first location, you find a long list of clients on the chalkboard. But the list will have been erased if you go to it second. So you
It was
basically
erased
get
for me.
yeah. So I don't really know what the right decision would have been here if there really was one.
Well,
you
it sounds like you got
I
more
feel like.
storyline. Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened with your butcher scene? Is anything like at the first part?
I mean, I went in, talked to him, and then he was like, I gotta. He starts getting really nervous. He says,
It's the same
something.
thing, then.
He
Except
heard
it's
something in the
blackboard.
back, and he pressed the button. He pressed the button, and they got
he did
away.
that. He did
Yeah.
that. Okay, so well, yeah, I think the pawn
Yeah, I
shop's
think
way
yours
better
was
for,
yours
like,
was probably
story.
better, yeah.
Yeah.
So then you figure out like there's like this whole like labor like thing happening where they're getting like abused to like get this glamour, yeah. But then you go back, I just can't stand Bluebird the whole time. Bluebird,
Me too.
Bluebeard, not Bluebird.
Bluebeard.
He sucks.
Hey, wait, I got a question because there's multiple
mean-
times in this part where you can take money, both from the pawn shop in his coat, and also in the, I believe in the but somewhere else in a can
Oh yeah, at the office.
Did
at
anyone
Tweedle's
ever take
office.
money? Did
I
people
did.
take money?
I took the money from Tweedle's office in the last episode.
I did not do that.
Because like why did they? They are criminals. They don't need it.
For some reason, I never took money, and I kind of regretted it because I was like, I should have been taking all this money.
Yeah, but you don't really get anything to spend it
Well,
on.
I was
though.
wondering if you could buy Toad's glamour if you had if the money.
You probably could, but I didn't try because
I did.
Ah,
did.
I knew
I
it.
did too.
That's what I
I
was
did too.
wondering.
I took
Oh, you did
money
too.
from Crane's jacket,
That's
and
what.
I was able to
That's
give
the one.
it.
I clicked no, and as soon as I did that, I was like, wait, he was like embezzling that money
Yeah.
should go to other people anyway.
Yeah.
I regretted that
Yeah.
one. Okay.
And then when
I
it went in my
knew
inventory, it said it was a lot of money. That's what it said.
Ooh.
I regret
lot
that.
of
The
money.
jacket?
As soon as I put it back, I regretted it.
The
I kinda
jacket for
felt
me was
bad.
in the butcher shop.
The jacket was at the office for us. I think.
Oh, because he
It was
was
at the
Yeah.
butcher shop for me.
I see. So it moved.
Yeah. So the jacket was
It
at
was
the
at the
office.
pawn shop. It was at the pawn shop.
Oh, it was. Oh,
Yeah.
it was at the pawn shop. Yeah. So you get there, and then here is where you accuse Bluebeard of burning the evidence. If you got
That didn't.
like,
Yeah, that didn't happen. So.
yeah, so I was able to accuse him of burning the evidence, and then you have to choose about sending Toad to the farm or not.
Wait. I don't want to gloss over that part real quick. So when I accused Bluebeard of, I was like, why did you burn the evidence? He said, oh, I just thought it would have hurt Snow's feelings for seeing his stuff.
That's so mean. Oh,
And I'm like, because
it
he's
would be
creepy.
traumatic for her to like see.
But like that's not his choice, and that's evidence. Like I don't know why he did
I
that.
feel like that's not even
Nobody
his
cares
reason.
about evidence
Yeah.
security in this place. Okay,
No,
And then
we've already established that.
And then Bluebeard says, okay, what evidence did I burn? I'm like, I don't know, brother. You burned it. He literally asked, he said, what evidence did I burn? I'm like, I don't know. That's the whole thing. Why did you burn it? Anyways, continue.
You technically do get to, guys, whoever, y'all didn't go there, I don't think, like first or didn't see this, but you do get to pick up and you kind of see that there's like 3 things in the fire and you can like kind of look at
I don't
it
think I
in
even
the
went
ashes.
to his. I don't even think I went to his apartment. I don't think I
I
have
feel
time.
like you had to. I don't know.
don't
That's
know.
interesting.
I don't remember going now either.
I think when we picked the other place, it like skipped it or something.
What time
Yeah.
did you arrive? Did you arrive on time or did you arrive a little
Like
late?
12 minutes late or something.
Yeah. We arrived a little late, I think.
Yeah,
So
I think
everybody
I think
everybody
that's
arrives
probably
late?
the same. I think so. So you guys, I chose to send Toad to the farm. I told him we had to be fair, and I told him it'd be better for him to go there. Like, there's a lot going on in town right now. Like, I tried to convince him it would be better for him.
You sent Colin to the farm. You sent the Toad to the farm.
Yeah, just get him out of here. You know, like they're gonna live a better life where they're supposed to be if they,
You know, I sort of almost can agree with Kayla
yeah,
because, like, at least they're safe there.
yeah. Allegedly,
But
do we know?
we still don't know for sure. But for my choice, once again, am I just sort of like sweeping it under the rug and just like hoping this conversation just works itself out? I was like, we'll figure it out.
I did the same thing.
I gave
You're
him
just
money.
pushing it down. You're just
Yeah, I
pushing
wish
it
I had
down.
the money.
Well, honestly, there's too much going on. I'm not going to be concerned with this right now.
Yeah.
I've got too much on my plate.
I did the same thing. I thought maybe there'd be another opportunity to like, because Snow made that decision like such a snap decision. So I thought like later maybe there'd be a way to like talk to her. And,
Me
whatever.
too. I thought we were going to have this whole
But no.
conversation about it based on like.
That's crazy that wow. No, I had money and I gave it to him, and then y'all, it was actually so cute. He goes, thank you. He's like, this is the Crane's money, so this actually belongs back to me. He skips out of the office. He's skipping.
He was whistling for me because he was happy that I was just like, oh, don't worry about it. It'll work out. And he was like whistling and like walking. And then Snow kind of gets mad. She's like, what did you tell him? Like, why is he so happy? Like, she's like mad. Yeah. I was like,
She did that with me too.
Okay.
Ooh.
I said I handled it.
But now I want to talk about this point real quick while we're like on this, which is a theme of the whole game, which is very interesting, which I liked, which is overall this feeling like a lot. It's very complicated and nuanced because a lot of these people feel like they have to turn to the Crooked Man because their current government, which is basically you, is not doing anything for them. And they're not wrong because if you think about Toad, I mean, he's correct. His place got wrecked like by the state essentially, right? Your fight with the woodsman and like different things, and there's money owed to him like for that. He has no money for his glamour. You're making this glamour requirement. Mind you, we don't know much about it, but they keep them like, oh yeah, the witches on the 13th floor, they make the glamours, whatever, but it costs a lot. But like, why does it cost a lot? Like, why can't you just get a glamour for the dude? There's like black market glamours just running all rampant. It's weird. Like the government and the system that they have, it is failing the people, and that's why they're in these problems. And of course, Crane was like, I mean, embezzling things and actively working against them. But it was such an interesting like thing to explore where you're the good guy, but you're also kind of the bad guy because you're actually not helping them. Everyone is kind of like self-interest, right? So
yeah, that's a really good point. I think that is a really good like theme because also like, I mean, yeah, it's like capitalism for fables, like, and just like corrupt systems because like there is no winning really. Also, I think, do we think it's very intentional that we never even see a Mundy at all, except for the police station?
The police, yeah. That's
literally it. Because they're supposed to be this like ever looming like threat and like an issue, and you're hiding from them, but you never see them.
I think it's probably just the scope of a Telltale game or something, because like that's what I was mentioning before. The cast of characters is pretty small, but they do a pretty good job making the world feel kind of big, even though there's like literally just like a handful of people that you interact with.
Yeah. Well, I think that so I don't want to go through too much while Jerica's gone, but essentially, like from here, you did like when you found the coat, you found the piece of the mirror just in Crane's jacket, and you're able to repair the mirror. I think like I don't know, how do you guys feel about the mirror? I feel like the mirror situation was kind of a cop out the whole time. Of like, I feel like it was kind of a plot device. Maybe I don't know. It seemed to lack a little bit of like depth to me personally.
I thought it was interesting because they had introduced it early, and it's overpowered because you could just find it would solve the game if you just knew, like if you could just see but you didn't know who to ask for before.
And you had to do the riddle and like
because you didn't know like who you were looking for, even you didn't even know who the crooked man was. Yeah. So it made sense after the fact that I had to break just so it was a broken tool because you would have just been able to solve the whole crime. So it does kind of make sense, but I could see where you're coming from too.
Yeah. But one thing I did think was really cool and like a creepy scene is when Bloody Mary like comes through the mirror.
Yeah.
That scene was cool.
And she notices like the magic mirror looking at her and is like able to like harm him.
Yeah. That was really crazy.
She is a cool character. I don't care what Jerica says.
Yeah. Jerica's the worst. Oh, hey, Jerica. We're at the part where Bloody Mary, she like comes through the mirror. How cool that scene was, even though you hate Bloody Mary, but it was a pretty cool scene.
Yeah, it wasn't cool. I'm so over her face. I was like, every time I saw her come back into the picture, I was like, I can't wait to kill her. It's gonna be phenomenal. Wow. She just has no reason. I mean, I guess I don't know Bloody Mary's backstory. I don't know the lore, but actually behind the character. But I'm like, maybe something I would just assume just had a rough life. You know, maybe that's why she's the way she is.
Yeah.
But you can change. You know, Big B. There we go. Not Bigsby.
Hey.
Is proof of that. You can change.
Yeah.
Bubsy, don't say Bubsy. Oh no, that's why I'm gonna start saying Bubsy now.
Bubsy 3D mentioned.
Yeah.
And so then you kind of see that Bloody Mary's kind of making Crane flee, which is interesting because like I don't know why she doesn't just kind of kill him if she's like evil and like she's like trying to like scoop him under the rug kind of thing.
Yeah, he's supposed to wait in Paris until he gets orders, which is funny because I guess he's just in Paris now.
Yeah, we never see him again.
I was like, what's the point of keeping him alive? It seems like
I guess they need him as like an asset, like an unactivated asset, like a spy, I guess.
Just someone on the payroll. Another person. I guess they wanted to hire. Like I was trying to recruit the witch. Like, well, we got dirt on this guy. He like he's one of ours forever now. So
right. And then I tell Snow that I can't promise and guarantee we bring him back alive. You kind of have to like tell her.
I was like,
like,
I don't know. I'm not gonna like. I don't know what's gonna happen. I could be Hulk mode again. I don't know.
Yeah. Did y'all, Coleman? What did you say here? Or did you say like we're gonna go mess him up or like, you know, what did you say?
The crooked man?
Yeah.
I said we were gonna go capture him. I was like, we'll go get him. Well,
I just said no promises. I was like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know what the situation will be. I'll have to make the decision.
And then we have a random teleport like moment where a portal shows up through the
'Cause
mirror.
His doors are
They're moving all
They're
the time.
moving doors.
right.
Like every half hour or something like that.
Did I miss that lore drop? Is there like
Yeah.
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
a character. Oh,
I must have
it's
missed that.
wait. Who's the character that tells you? There's a character that tells you about
Tiny
the
Tim,
Jersey
when you
Devil.
get there?
The Jersey
Jersey
Devil.
Devil.
Jersey Devil.
There's a
I
way
must
how
have
you
missed
handle that
that.
fight where depending on what you do in the fight, I think he'll end up telling you that
There's no
there's no
point.
way to actually get to the Crooked Man because his door changes constantly. And so that's why Crane had to use a mirror to even find him in the first place. And so that's why you realize like, oh, okay, I need the mirror. It's kind of like Howl's Moving Castle, I guess. Like the doors can like
Yeah.
So cool.
move. Like,
Okay,
whatever.
yeah. I missed
okay.
that. Probably
I
because I
think
was in
it-
crunch
yeah.
mode.
It depends on
know.
the fight too, like how it goes, I think.
Yeah. So then you get in there and you meet Tiny Tim, and
That's
he's
the
just
guy I
like,
was wondering. Why is he here? I was like, what? No, why?
"That's true." What if
From
the
the-
other people in
Is
that?
Tiny is it
That's
Christmas
Scrooge.
Christmas story, yeah.
Christmas story, or
Yeah.
Christmas Carol, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
Crane. No, that's
No.
not-
No, that's
Tiny
Ebenezer
Tim.
Scrooge.
that's true.
Yeah. He's
Is
the one
Tiny Tim
like
the only? Like, why is he the only one?
That's true.
I guess you know, just
I think
the
this
fun.
is what's cool is like because you keep realizing these layers of like which characters are possible. It's not just like the storybook ones because then you have like Jersey Devil and Bloody Mary, and then it's like Tiny Tim. It's just like anything goes with like any
Yeah.
like
It's
fictional
exciting
character.
because like
Beanstalk.
we'll get to this
Yeah.
later, but I watched this the trailer for The Wolf Among Us 2,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
this is popping off real hard now, and I'm
Wait,
really
I didn't know there was
sad.
a trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, the game was
It's
supposed to
been
come out,
it's been a long
in
time. You know,
2023,
it was
but-
canceled and then resurrected.
and we haven't heard anything
Yeah.
in a really long time though. So don't get your hopes up.
I didn't even know that there was I didn't know I had gotten that far. Interesting.
Oh, it's
Huh.
drama.
You got a trailer for season 2 that might never happen, Kayla, but it is worth
Because
watching.
The company
Interesting.
fully dissolved and was like disbanded, like quit, like no more company. And then everyone's like, no. And then like later they're like, never mind, we're back.
There
We're
was
making it
drama
again.
with ad hoc. Like,
Yeah.
you know, dispatch team, they like were working on a lot of the narrative pieces, and then something happened where they
Yeah.
completely dropped off of the project. I mean, obviously they need to focus on dispatch, but
Right.
anywho, you should
Anywho.
watch the trailer for for the next game. It's good.
Ooh. I mean, it does obviously. We'll talk about it, but it ends on a potential cliffhanger. I have questions, but I did. So you go through the portal, and then I chose to not wait on Tim, and I just barged in personally. And this moment was kind of crazy for me, like seeing them all there, like everyone's like sitting there. Did you guys leave Tim and barge in, or what did you guys do?
No, I waited for him.
I waited for him.
Yeah.
No,
He seemed like a flycatcher guy for me.
Yeah, he was like a flycatcher.
I was
Kayla's-
going in.
Kicking all the doors down and pulling off all the ribbons off the girls'
Yeah.
necks.
And
They're
Kayla's
all
ruthless.
decapitated
She
now.
sent him your friends to the farm. She's like, you're going to the farm. You're
I'm trying to save the city. I'm trying to get things in order. I'm
Wow.
doing it respectfully, but
Wow.
I don't know that makes a huge difference. I don't know.
I don't think- probably
I don't
not.
really think it does. From what
I
I can
enjoyed
see.
this scene. It finally clicked with me though. Like I made a connection to Arcane. I was like, this dude, the Crooked Man's like Silco. And
Yes.
it's basically
yeah,
like
very
Arcane.
much.
It's like you
I
got
thought that seemed-
two cities.
He was
you
convincing
know.
me. I was like, wait, he makes
I
some
know
good
it almost
points.
worked on me too. I was like, this guy's got a lot of good points. Let me
He's
hear him
right.
out.
And he's
Did
so
y'all-
like calm about it too. He's like, oh, don't worry.
Did y'all smoke a cigarette?
Yes, that was
Yeah,
so
oh, yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Every
I'm like,
time.
It was
So
so
was very cool.
good. I really liked this scene, and it cut off at like the perfect time. Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
really
if you
liked-
choose that too, yeah, where how it ends is like, and it like ends.
Yeah.
So cool.
Dope.
yeah,
so
I really
cool.
liked that. And then
Puff and
so
puffs.
speaking of, you get some huff and puff and blowing houses down later.
Let's go.
Remember?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I paused for the dramatic effect, and then you open back up essentially where the Crooked Man is trying to like get everything under control. He's trying to like keep you calm and like, hey, what's the matter with you? You know, like,
What's
that's
the matter with you? Yeah, he's just like, hey, we're on the same side. I'm sorry. He's trying to take responsibility, but not because he's like, well, there's a miscommunication. We're handling it internally, is what he says. You know, he's like, oh,
yeah, I'll
yeah,
have
no
my
big
people call your
deal,
people
you
your
know.
people. So
Yeah,
you have. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just confused what people chose here. So yeah.
Ooh, okay. Also, his eye freaks me out, by the way.
Yeah.
Like his
Droopy.
I'm like, I see why he might be the way he is. I just really want to just push it up or put some. He needs some moisture in that thing. I bet that hurts. Ugh.
And he says like he tries to convince you, like he's like, oh, you know, I didn't kill the girls, but I know who did. And I was like, okay, whatever. And you have Tweedledee, Tweedledum, or Tweedledum if you didn't kill him, Tweedledee, Georgie Porgy, Vivian, and a Jersey Devil, like all there, all this like big bad villain stuff going on. So you can either be rude or threatening to the Crooked Man, or accept his hospitality. What did you guys choose?
I did kind of like an in between. Like I was like, I didn't want to sit in the chair. I didn't want to like. I just kind of told him, I was like, "You're coming with me." I was like, That's it." I was like, "You're just I'm booking you in." He's
I
like,
basically did the same thing.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him that.
Like,
I just kept the conversation going. I was just kind of like, "Tell me more." Like, let's explain yourself. Like, I didn't want to commit to like anything.
Yeah, I was more just like, yeah, we're done here. But I wasn't aggressive. I was just like, okay,
so what happens
sure.
when you say that? Is it just like goes crazy?
Well, I mean, he keeps kind of having a defense, like he tries to like really like
So
push,
it's pretty
like
much the same,
no.
probably.
Jerica, were you more like, how are you kind of approaching this situation?
The whole thing with the Crooked Man, like I am giving him space to talk. Like this is where I really toned down. Like, at the beginning of the first 2 episodes, I was really like just thrashing about, punching people just because I'm like had the option. I'm like, I really want to see him slap this toad. Well, I stopped. I didn't do any of that. So yes, I was very understanding, trying to listen, trying to understand.
Yeah. And I think like here's the thing, and this is getting a little bit further too. And Jericho, while you were gone, Josh kind of talked about one of the major like themes of this game being like corruption from the government, basically.
Yeah.
Like there's like this whole like big like messy like messed up thing that's happening. And to me, like I understand like he was using scare tactics to like have these like henchmen basically be puppets for him. But I do think that it was kind of predictable for me that Georgie killed him. I wish there was like a more like a twist thrown in here. Like I think it would have served well to have like it actually be Snow the whole time. But I almost think they intentionally didn't want it to be that. Like they're like, oh yeah, these big bad people are in power, and they're doing messed up things. That's just like what it is.
It did, yeah, it did. I know what you mean, but I think you're right that it was intentional to feel kind of like matter of fact, just like, yep, it was.
Yeah,
just
these
him,
people suck. Yeah,
but it now adds a whole different layer because I put in the chat earlier, like they obviously are here because they were pushed out by another like warlord. Like that's why they're here. So there's someone bigger, badder than all of them that had forced them into a new world and like trying to hide. So it makes me wonder, like, dang, they're still having problems and they went through the worst through a war. It seems like a pretty freaky situation to whatever is worse than the Crooked Man or Bloody fucking Mary to kick them out of their homes. Like, and they're still like this shitty. Like, it's scary that they can't figure it out. And I wonder, I'm not going to keep, because this will make more sense in for the next episode.
So essentially you can decide whether you are like insisting that you're taking both of them. So at this point, you're basically convinced that yes, it was Georgie that killed Lily and Faith, because he kind of basically admits to it. At this point, I don't still fully believe him, like if he did or not, or if he's just like fessing up because like he thinks he should, I guess, or like he's scared. I could
tell by his dialogue choice, like he was just sort of not. He was very honest and sort of like defensive with how he was sharing how he was like, well, I did it, but he like made me, and just sort of like, I can't remember like the words that he used, the phrases, the way he described it. I was like, this guy's telling the truth.
It did seem confident to me because he also thought his other friends would back him up or like whatever.
That's true.
And,
yeah.
Because then it cuts to them and they're just like not saying anything,
Yeah.
That's a good point. So then you can kind of decide whether or not you're like insistent on taking them both in, or whether you're going to like grab Georgie or the Crooked Man. And so what did you guys kind of play here? I continue to say like, I'm taking both of you with me. like you're both going down. How did you guys kind of approach that?
There was like a secret third option, right?
Yeah,
it
I
was
feel like I did another option that was not taking anyone.
Same.
And it
But
kind of just
like-
extends it a little bit longer,
don't
but then it just
remember-
all goes bad because Bloody Mary
Yeah.
shows up.
Yeah, like, I
there's
don't
like a
remember-
not going anywhere option, but that's for both
Yeah,
of them,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
I don't,
What were you gonna say?
I was just saying I don't remember choosing between them.
Yeah, I don't
I just
remember
remember
choosing
getting
it. I think it was like
I remember
it
there was a
like-
choice, but I didn't choose it.
I think there was like once I take Georgie, once I take Crooked Man. Then there is one that says take both, but then there was another one that was
I
like
agree, yeah.
I have this on lockdown. No one's going anywhere.
Yeah,
like that
something
sort
like
of
that.
thing.
It's
I think,
something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. So then eventually, either way, like no matter what you decide, Bloody Mary shows up and she teleports through the mirror and attacks Bigby, resulting in like full like henchman war. I
It's
really
crazy.
like this scene. And you like beat the shit out of them like one by one, essentially. Like you
Oh,
Georgie gets ruined, one of the Tweedles gets ruined. What'd you say, Josh?
back up a little bit because like right before it goes crazy, there is a tense moment with Tweedledum because you killed his brother.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't get that.
It still comes back again later, the choice, but he's basically like, well, he's mad, so
Well, yeah.
he's just gonna go crazy on you, and then the Crooked Man is like, no, he's our guest, he's our no, there's no problem here, this is all just misunderstood. He's like talking Tweedledum down and trying to be nice to Bigby. So he's like, no, it's just it just escalated, it's no big deal. Like he really tries to like be like he's a good guy and like talk his henchmen down.
Yeah. So then essentially you are fighting and then your portal opens up and then they escape. So Crooked Man and Mary go and then Vivian and Georgie go. So I love this kind of fight sequence where you're chasing them in the car. Did you guys
Yeah,
like
that
this?
was
I
fun.
loved all
I
the
like that.
QTEs.
I did. It was like
when
a
we got to the
Spider-Man or
end,
something.
I still messed up and I was like, oh, I couldn't go after the Crooked Man. Like I ended up jumping on the car, Georgie's car.
I think no matter
Yeah.
what you do, I don't think.
Okay,
you
I was
ever-
wondering if
yeah.
there was a chance to follow the Crooked Man instead, but I could see why you can't. But I was like, is
Yeah.
there something extra that should I restart and do this? But I didn't do that at all. But I thought about it in that moment because I was like, oh man, I feel like I missed something.
I did kind of laugh though because this is this intense chase scene. You're jumping on roofs, you're going through people's houses,
Yeah.
you're like jumping on cars, all this stuff. And then they just go to like the most obvious place, and then you just like walk in as a normal. I was like cracking up. I was like,
went
oh
back
my
to the strip
gosh,
club or whatever.
That's
I
the
was like,
first
dang it.
place I was gonna look.
But
This is
also,
really funny.
are all these the Mundies? Are they seeing this?
That's what I was gonna
Wolfman,
ask
I did.
Like
They
Spider-Man.
had to have been.
Yeah,
I thought it was
they
gonna be
use,
like
like,
Men
on
in
the
Black. They gotta
interstate.
like flash their memory or something because they
That's
remember
a
they used
lot
the
of people.
Crane
They did the
used that
memory.
memory spill. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just need more info. What is going on? Like, I just need more,
Well,
like,
actually, you have to read the
context.
graphic novels.
I
That's-
didn't
see,
read.
that-
I didn't read the fable. Like, well,
See-
there was a book in the game, right? That showed you like a bunch of
I
stuff.
I didn't tell you
know?
enough.
I didn't
I
like
read the
it as
whole
much in
thing.
this one. You did.
Yeah.
I skipped some of it because we've talked about this before on JK Games.
Ooh.
Sometimes the extra content is good, like in Silent Hill F. The book was actually really good, but in this
Journal.
one, I don't know. It ended up being kind of boring.
Write that down. A journal and games episode.
Yeah, that's good.
Probably for Dido because we're booked and busy here at JK Games. But somebody write that down in the ether if you're listening. Okay, there is actually like different. It seems like there's different options based on who you decide to pursue. So if you choose Georgie and Vivian's car, Vivian will try to slow you down the car to shake him off. He falls off the car but continues to give it chase, eventually following them to the pudding pie. When you arrive,
That's what I did.
I chose them too, yeah. I kind of chose them on accident though. I actually was trying to do the other car.
I guess that's
Oh.
what Jericho's talking about. Yeah.
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 So when you get there, you kind of okay, here you go. You get to decide what to do with Georgie.
This whole scene was pretty crazy, pretty intense.
It's tough because I feel like this scene did feel very like emotionally weighted because you're dealing with someone who has made a lot of like really crappy decisions because of the situation that they were put in. But they're a bad person, like ultimately. So you're having
it's
to
very
decide.
lose-lose.
Yeah.
Right?
So what did you do, Josh? Did you kill him?
You mean like when I'm walking out?
Yeah. You get to either leave him to die or you get to kill him yourself. So really,
I actually left him. I felt bad after because did you kill him?
I killed him. Yeah, I ended his suffering. I felt like that was the best thing because he's suffering.
It actually was. And
It
so
was, yeah.
For a second, I thought like maybe I was doing the right thing by just leaving him, and I felt bad because it's pretty like crazy because he's like, you're just gonna like leave me, and then Bigby's like, I can't kill another person, and then he like judges you on that too because he's like, you're like a murderer, and so you're walking out and you can hear him like suffering and stuff. It's crazy. And then Bigby like turns off the lights and stuff, but he's still like making sounds and stuff. It's crazy.
Oh, we kind of skipped over the part where essentially,
with Vivian.
Yeah. So essentially,
That's
really
tough,
quick,
too.
Vivian has the original ribbon that has like silenced the girls, and she basically kind of talks about that she has the ability to remove the curse from them, but in order to do that, she has to kill herself essentially because she is kind of what is binding them all.
What's crazy is like I never made the connection because this is like a classic fairy tale with the girl with the ribbon. It's like her head's attached, and this whole time, like all these beheadings, but they have the ribbon. I just never like made the connection that it was like that fairy tale.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of didn't either, to be honest. But Jerica, did you choose to end Georgie's suffering, or did you let him?
I did the same thing as Josh.
Oh, Coleman, did you kill him?
I did not kill him. I let him suffer.
I'm the only one that killed
Kill is
him.
brutal.
No, I did the nice thing. We just talked about it. I felt bad. I kind of felt bad for him, to be honest.
I didn't feel bad. I didn't really feel that bad for him.
He probably had a few. It was like a few minutes at most,
Honestly, though, I was like, when did this guy get his intestines? Like, when did he get his whole gut
It's during that
sliced?
fight.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but let me finish. Like, because I just saw him get stabbed. I didn't see him get gutted.
I see.
I was like,
I feel like
That
it
was
kind of
rough.
fell out.
dude just got stabbed. Why is his guts hanging out of his? What else happened? Something else. I don't know, but maybe it was more than a stab. I was like, I feel like he just got stabbed, y'all.
Also,
like, why is this?
so some fables can take more damage
That's
than
what
others.
Yeah.
I'm confused about as well. Because the
Interesting.
huntsman had an axe like in his brain. He's like walking around.
Yeah.
That was rough. I was like, okay,
And
these people are
Bigsby
like
can get shot like
immune.
a billion times.
Yeah.
So Bigby wakes up in his human form now. And wait a second. Hold on. Wait, there isn't. If you choose the crooked man's limo, there is a little bit of a different scene, actually.
Oh, cool.
So you get to the pudding and pie, and then Vivian's already decapitated when you get there.
Oh.
my God.
Interesting.
I like the way mine played out better. I
Me
think.
too. Me too.
Yeah.
Because that
It was
would have
more
been
intense.
even more confusing.
Yeah.
And
You get
wouldn't have
knocked
had-
out if
wouldn't
you follow
have-
the limo.
You
I
wouldn't
see.
have the knowledge
Who knocks you off? Is
I
You
it-
guess
wouldn't
you
have
just
the
fall
knowledge,
off
yeah.
or something.
You just
Oh.
for like the later interactions. Yeah.
I agree. Like, I'm
Interesting.
glad that you got that. That's interesting. So then Bigby's like mad at Georgie when you get there and say like what happened, and then Georgie tells you that Vivian killed
I
herself.
see. Yeah, that sounds
Um,
cool.
And then he explains that she's the girl with the ribbon. So, oh wow, that's interesting.
Because it was sad because he's like, you're both trying to stop her, You're like, no, because even Bigby's like, wait, no, like, no. And then Georgie's like, yeah, like, no, I didn't mean, like, don't do that. It was crazy, pretty intense.
Yeah. That's interesting. And then you get to the metalworks like place that essentially you get from
Classic final scene kind of
yeah.
setting. Like
It's
Terminator
giving-
2 or Aliens 3 or, like.
it was
the
giving
metalworks.
Titanfall to me. Titanfall 2 where all the
Oh,
like copies
yeah.
were
Yeah.
like that's what it was giving to me. What did you guys think of this last scene? What do y'all think? This last fight
Glorious.
scene. You liked it?
Glorious.
Incredible. I didn't know there was one further form, which I was wondering
Oh,
about. 'Cause
yeah,
I, like,
yeah.
Because like honestly, I just thought like, oh, is he just gonna look like a werewolf the whole time? Or because
Yeah.
like when I know of the big bad wolf, it's an actual wolf,
Right.
He's like
Yeah.
Jacob from Twilight.
Yeah.
massive.
In the
Massive
scene,
wolf.
in the storybook, you do see him as just
Yeah.
a wolf, but I also didn't know we would see a final form in the game.
It was dope.
Because it seemed like we were only getting the werewolf form, which he looks kind of dumb in that. But yeah, the big huge wolf is cool.
Yeah.
It was dope.
The big bad wolf.
And then when he
Big
blows
bad
up,
wolf.
Yeah.
His ult. Yeah.
His ult.
You got to see it all.
that's really funny. I
And
wonder,
Bloody
like,
Mary looks really cool in her like non
Yeah, I had to give
or
it-
non-glamored.
She gets a couple cool points there.
Very creepy.
Why did she
She's like-
ditch the silver bullets? Why'd she ditch it? I feel like that was her thing, you know?
And
Like,
they were like there on the table and stuff.
yeah,
Too.
that
Yeah.
is
She
interesting. Why didn't she
wanted-
just use that?
But
She's
he had
probably like, no, because she
Crooked
just
Man had
can't.
him.
She can't have an advantage. She's just like,
Pride.
okay, Big Bad Wolf is going to use his special abilities. I'm just using my abilities. Let's bring it on.
It's cool. She had like all those shards of bed in her skin, so she's like,
It was
using
cool.
those. It's pretty
and then
cool.
like, yeah, it was very. I love the idea of her having multiple copies and trying to find like the last one to kill.
reflections.
It
and
was
she
cool.
could teleport, right? Or like,
How was
was
she-
she able to
I
like
think
just?
she's
That's a
super
question I had.
fast.
So I was like, does there need to be? Is it just darkness or is it just she
I
has to?
think it's super fast, and she can go through reflective surfaces. So you could just say
Yeah.
Okay,
that
that's what it
there's
is.
reflective surfaces in there, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, this is interesting that even this, like, which here's the thing. I'm reading these summaries on Fable's wiki where all the nerds are. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but even here it says Bigby transforms into his lycanthropic state.
Ah,
like-
lycanthropic, yeah.
What the
that
hell
sounds-
is a
That's a
lycanthropic?
it's a werewolf
sexual.
term. It's a werewolf term.
That's interesting.
I have a question for off air eventually.
Okay.
One night. I'm not gonna do it tonight, but I'll do it one night soon. I'm like, hey, you remember that
Yeah.
on that episode of Wolf Among Us when I was like, hey, can I bring this up? Can I bring this up now? It might be like 5 months later. I think it will be
I'm
funny
so
when I do.
intrigued.
Just
Very
wait.
interesting.
Put that in my back pocket.
Okay.
Put a pin in it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll circle back. And then, eventually you kill all the different versions of her. I am curious, like, if you fail, like, a bunch of the QTEs, because, like, you
No.
can't die, right? Like,
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
that's interesting. I did feel a lot more, like, free in this last episode. Like, you're kind of, like, free roaming
Yeah.
around a little bit more, which is not necessarily a good thing, because, again, janky. Like, the walking around
Yeah,
is
it's a little
janky. I kept running into walls and stuff. Like, there's kind of a lot going on. So then you defeat Mary, and then the Crooked Man shows up once again. Points the revolver at Big B with the 6 silver bullets. They come back around eventually. And then you get, like, he tries to fire at you if you try to move. And then he asks you to bring him back to Fabletown for a proper trial so that he can defend himself in front of the community. And you can either cuff him, kill him, or you can either cuff him or kill him on the spot by choking him to death. What did you guys do here? What were you thinking in this moment? How were you approaching this scenario? Coleman.
I paused it here to decide because I really couldn't decide. And I will say, after I finished the game, I did go back to see. I was so curious. I did go back and see what
It has to be
would have
so
happened.
different.
So I have seen both ways if we all did it the same way, but if
Okay.
not, then the other person can describe it. But because in the moment, it's the same thing I've been struggling with, like his character arc of like, do I let the wolf out? So because you're basically saying you're going to respect Snow because she wanted you to bring him in to like change how you're going to do things from now on.
Yeah.
Or are you going to do things the old world way where you're just, big bad wolf?
Must have through.
I ended up taking him in. I was really going to just do it then because no one would have known, I guess. Or I thought so. But I ended up taking him in. So I said, no, you're just going to come in. But because it was weird too, because he was like, oh yeah, I want you to take me in because this is what we're going to do. I was like, you're not my boss. You want me to? That's so suspicious.
Trying to rebel
So I
authority.
was like, yeah, I'm going to. So, but I ended up taking him in because Snow really had this like vision for how the new government could be.
Yeah. Coleman?
Man, I didn't even give him the chance. I ripped him apart. No, I'm just kidding. I took him in. I took him in. I took him in.
I was like, awesome. I'm glad one of us did
Oh.
because I feel like that is like the choice that you're trying not to make. And I was tempted to do it too, but I'm like, man, I'm so committed to this character arc for him, so I just want to see it through. So I wish somebody would have. Kayla, did you beat him up? Did you rip him to shreds?
No, I didn't. But I wanted to.
I watched it though. So
Okay.
I watched what happened if you do.
What happens?
kinda
I want to
wanna
know.
know, yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens is because I thought in my mind, I was like, well, if I kill him here, they're not going to know. I'll just say like, well, there's a battle. I don't know. He's gone. But that's not what happened. What happens is they're all waiting for you, to do a trial or something. And you just walk in and you're like carrying him. He's all like ripped up. His throat's all ripped up. And you walk in and you're carrying him and they're all like, oh, and Snow is mad. She's so mad. She's like, I can't believe you would do this. Like, what, like, you can't just be like in charge or like, and everyone's actually kind of mad. They're all like,
For real?
there's different people saying different things. You know how like even the trial, they're all saying different things. So they're all mad. And they're like, I can't believe you did this. Like, you can't decide. And also in the corner, it says like Fabletown is afraid of you or something in the top left. And then they're like, they're all like freaking out and you set them down. And then they kind of go over some of the same points as they do in the trial a little bit, but with him just laying there. But it's already like decided.
You? Oh.
But they're still going over like some of the justification. Like he's like, well, he's guilty anyway. What does it matter? And they're like, yeah, but how do you decide that? And then they're like, well, Georgie, he said, and they're like, where's Georgie? And you're like, well, he's dead too. And they're like, what? Like, you killed both of them? He's like, no.
Now in ours, they do bring up, I don't know if they do this with you guys, they bring up Georgie. And for me, because I chose to kill him, they were kind of like sus of me at first, but I kind of dodged the question. I was like, oh, he died. Sorry.
We could go more into the trial specifically with our playthrough, but yeah, they are mad. They don't really like you. They're pretty mad. They're scared of you. And also then Nursa still shows up and is like, she kind of vouches. And then some of them are kind of like, well, I guess it's done, whatever. But Snow's very mad, and like everyone's just like, you can't. They're like, we need to change it. Basically, Snow gives a speech to them that's like against you, essentially. He's like, we can't be doing like this. This is like how we used to do things, like all this stuff. So it's like you turn into like the bad guy, kind of.
Oh, the big bad wolf.
It's not a good one. It's not a good. I don't think it's like a good one.
Interesting. Well, if you do choose to bring him back, because you get multiple times that you could kill him, so I'm curious if you guys change the way that you approach this, because you get multiple options. So you take him back alive. He takes the Crooked Man to the Witching Well chamber, which still I say is one of the best locations in the game. Really like
pretty
this.
cool.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
And there's like no music in here too. It's just like the sound of like the dripping kind of.
Yeah, it's very
parts.
ominous. Yeah. So then you have the whole town essentially.
Excuse me, I did look up the lore a little further while trying to make my decision of what to do. In the Fabletown lore, apparently the Witching Well, it's not just like, okay, I'm gonna throw them down the well. It's like their soul gets like ripped apart and like put into like some kind of purgatory or something. So it's not just like I'm throwing them down a well. Like it's like a magical type situation.
That makes more sense why
Everyone's
they were
like freaked out
upset
about
that
it. Yeah.
Lily got put down there too.
Yeah.
Because Crane ends up putting Lily in there. Remember? Like
it's
earlier?
not just like a pit. It's like a magical situation.
It almost is like they should have mentioned that in the actual
They probably
video
should.
game
They
that you're
probably
playing.
Baby
Instead
Jane
of
Doe.
just
Someone
Baby
said
Jane
the
Doe. The pit.
Or give it as like a dialogue option. Be like,
She's looking good.
Have Bigby be like, what is this wishing well anyway? And then someone's like, oh, it's when their soul goes down there, and they like it's. I feel like they should have added that, but
I agree. But you got Snow, you got Bluebeard, you got Beauty, you got Beast, you got Johan, you got Auntie Greenleaf, you got Prince Lawrence. If he's alive, Prince Lawrence is there. If he lives.
So that was funny too, because I forgot that was because I was from the first episode. So when I looked up what happens, all of a sudden I was like, wait, who's that guy like a t-shirt? Like
whole other character there. I feel like too, his dead body had like a pair of slip-on Vans. And I thought that was so cool.
Oh yeah,
I'm sort of bummed he wasn't alive, because I was
so
like, you got some
funny.
cool kicks, bruh. Skating over here.
Yeah, I forgot who's Grendel. I forgot who Grendel was. Oh, he's from the bar. Yeah.
The bar. Wait, Coleman said there was someone that surprised him that was here. You don't remember? That was earlier in the show.
I was talking about Tiny
Coal
Tim.
Mines?
Tiny
You said
Tim.
Coal
Tiny Tim.
Mines. You said Coal Mines instead of Coleman.
Oh, who, me?
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Yes.
You said Coleman.
No, he
know.
said Coal Mines.
I thought I heard Coleman.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
whatever.
That was funny.
Okay, and Tiny
Coleman. Which one
Tim.
are we
Tiny
talking
Tim jump scared me. I was like, why is he
Okay.
here?
Yeah. I guess I had sworn you said Coal Mines. That's so funny.
I don't think so.
So Bigby gets there, everybody seems surprised that he's there. Snow congratulates you in our kind of run. Crowd starts calling for the crooked man to be executed. So they actually want him to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's interesting that if that actually happens, that they're kind of mad.
So most of them do, which we could talk
decision.
about. But in mine, Beauty kind of is actually both Beauty and Beast are kind of weird. They kind of disagree, and then obviously Anti Greenleaf is kind of weird. But yeah, for the most part, they're like they want blood.
Mm-hmm. So they could start calling for it. Snow intervenes, saying that the crooked man deserves a trial and a chance to speak. And then shit starts going sideways. And I'm very curious.
Oh, no, because here's the golden tongue, right? He's just like, oh, no. He's talking about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so I found this very interesting. And I'm curious as we keep reading, like, if he can convince the town to like be like
it keeps saying like in the top left like the crowd's siding with him or siding with you. I was like, oh no, like,
what the heck?
So then the crooked man reveals to the crowd that Georgie was the murderer, that he had nothing to do with the murders of Faith and Lily, because that's like their biggest thing is like these women that were killed. He goes on to discuss the ways in which he has helped the people of Fabletown when the government did not, and criticizes the harsh actions taken by Bigby and Snow White. So he's kind of putting them on blast during this whole like thing.
I love this whole scene just because of like it really exemplifies the themes like we were talking about of like the government has failed these people and they're he even calls back because you say you're gonna you say you're gonna handle something internally. Oh, it's because I killed Tweedledee. Yeah. And he's like, well, you're just going around killing people anyway, like whatever. How's it different than me? And Snow's like, hey, we're handling that internally. He's like, sounds familiar. Sounds like, whatever, because it's the line he said. And the Tweedledee thing comes back if you kill them here, big time in the trial, because you have a whole discussion about this, because a lot of other fables don't really know, or they might have heard rumors. And so this whole scene, though, it really does amplify this fact of like they're all put into this situation because the government failed them, and now you're the government too, even though it's like you're a little bit new to it. And so it's like, there's no real right or wrong, and technically he's a little bit right because everything is kind of circumstantial. So like even though like we know like we know like he probably told Georgie to do that or like whatever, technically it's true that he doesn't really there's no actual evidence against him.
Yeah, that's true.
And so this even comes up too, like I think Beast mentions it. He's like, well, wait, you actually don't have any like evidence, so it is kind of sketchy that everyone's just willing to go with it,
Yeah. I mean,
even though he's a bad dude, he caused all their problems. But it is true that there's not really like hard evidence because he's smart like that. He keeps himself removed, which a lot of politicians do that, right?
That's very true. He's not the actual like puppet,
right?
Like he's pulling the strings, but
this
he's
is
like
why they had to get
Al
Capone on tax evasion and not all the hundreds and thousands of like all the people like he basically had taken out, because he always had people under him doing everything that getting caught, and so the government finally just had to get him on finance. So that stuff happens, You
heard it here first. Hey, Mr. Human Plays is rating. Hi, welcome in.
Hello.
We are discussing The Wolf Among Us. This is our first time all playing it. We're in the final episode of our video game book club.
Nearing the end of the story.
Yeah.
Imagine you're coming from watching some like anime horse racing, and then we're talking about like the government,
Baby Jane Doe.
We're talking government corruption and Wolf Among Us.
And Wolf Among Us, and
Baby Jane Doe.
Mr. Human said,
well.
Peak game. Hey. Well, stick around don't stick around if you don't want spoilers, because we're in heavy spoilers. But thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
We so appreciate it. I hope you had a great stream. I assume you were playing Uma, but maybe not. Maybe you were playing something else. Hi, Kartik1517. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Hope you like this game. So essentially where we're at is we're talking through the last episode, and really the Crooked Man is kind of like explaining trying to explain away all of his like stuff.
Real quick, and this is not spoilery for the people who just joined anyway.
Yeah.
So the end of this game, I love how it's not really an action sequence. It's a trial. Like this is just like a court scene. I love that. And if I could put this in your ear too, you know what? Help me love this kind of aspect of the game is the classic JRPG Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo. Without giving you any spoilers, Jerica, there's you know how like in JRPGs, you're like going to people's houses, you're like opening chests, or you're like taking items or food, whatever. It's just like something you do. You're like, going all around the town, getting all your loot and like everything. And you're doing different things. At some point in the game, unbeknownst to yourself, you end up in this. You end up in court, like on trial, and they start bringing up all these things that you did. You didn't know you were even being like measured on or like watched.
That's
just these like
so cool.
little actions that you were doing, like in the game, and you actually go on trial for like things like I'm talking about, where like you open someone's chest like without asking them or whatever. Like you just went in their house, like opened it, and you go on a little trial. And so playing Wolf Among Us this last episode, I love how it didn't end with like a big battle or like an action scene, but it's just this trial and it goes over like some of the decisions you made and this helps going. We talk about this a lot. Do decisions matter games? Does the decision actually matter? And this helps add some weight to it because they're kind of going over a lot of these decisions you made and adding, consequences in this trial.
And it literally starts going this way, then all of a sudden someone brings up one point and it starts leaning the other way, and I was like, oh, I thought I was winning this argument. Oh no, why is he winning them back over just because maybe I hurt someone, maybe I punched the toad. They don't bring that up again, thank God.
They do bring up some stuff though. There is like a kind of like a where they start talking about like your actions. So depending on what you did, they'll bring up ways in which like you and Snow, because this is interesting. They're talking about both of you.
Yeah.
Like
as
not
like
just
the government.
You. Yeah.
She's like the business office person and he's the sheriff. He's the law.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, like with the Tweedledee thing. It comes back up here where they're just like, you have to like hash it out, like talk about that decision, like why did you decide that, and you do defend yourself because like you say it's different because he's like, well, what does it matter, like Georgie killed these women, you decide to kill Tweedledee or whatever, and you're like, it's self-defense, he was they're like shooting me, like what is different.
That's what I said.
And it's important that this is where I sort of struggled, because it is important for you to like sort of remember details, like for example I remember they were going after Snow and maybe a little bit of Big B too, with just blaming them for something because they were in charge, and you
the tree
like no Crane was actually in charge
once again.
Don't say
About
that.
the tree.
It was actually Crane is still alive, or was alive then, or was like still in charge. So don't pin that on us. And everybody was like,
oh right,
okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought the
that's
Crooked Man was trying to.
he was. Oh yeah, he's like, oh yeah, you're
He's trying
right.
to
Just
get you in
forget
a
about
tough
that. It's like the thing they do in court where they're like, jury, just forget about that. But it's like it's already been said. Because he does, like, he's like, oh yeah, he's like, you're right, you weren't in charge. He kind of throws Snow too. He's like, sometimes it's hard to tell. Yeah, he's like,
he's a smooth talker, and
the
like
writing
some of the stuff
with
he's
him was
bringing
really
up,
good. Yeah,
if you're not careful, like he will run you over. Like so, you gotta be quick on your toes and like really think through of what he's sharing with the group, because he's trying to get you down that well.
That's true. Yeah,
he's trying to get you down the well.
So depending on your actions, various characters will bring up ways that you harm them, such as burning the Greenleaf's tree. Coleman, they brought up your tree. They brought it up anyway for me though, which pissed me off.
Well, they do bring it up.
They bring it up, yeah.
They were
He's
like,
she
oh, well, you wanted
it.
to. She wanted to. And I'm like, but we didn't. So,
but we did it.
But Coleman, you might not. So at some point, you kind of didn't get this far, right?
Keep going. I'll tell you when.
You're
I'll tell
like
you
right
when.
at the end then. You're like right at the end.
I hate
but
to
I don't
hate
know
it.
what my ending was. That's the thing.
Sure.
Yeah, well,
we'll get there.
We'll get there.
You can mute maybe.
Yeah. So then they bring up the tree. They ripping off Grendel's arm. And then Snow White admits that she has made her share of mistakes. And I really like this kind of like moment. But everything that she does is for the good of Fabletown, for the good of the company. Bigby chimes in, reminding the crowd that he and Snow have been working incessantly to protect Fabletown because they really care about fables, unlike the Crooked Man and his manipulation. So the crowd begins to turn on him. Crooked Man contests that if he's responsible for Georgie killing Faith and Lily because Georgie was working for him at the same time. And then Snow is to blame for Bigby's actions. So he kind of compares, which I like this. He compares like Snow and Bigby's dynamic to himself and Georgie. Whereas like if I'm responsible for who Georgie killed, why is Snow not responsible for who Bigby killed? Which I thought that was interesting.
That's how it comes up with like Tweedledee and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Valid points though. Valid points.
Yeah.
They're not wrong.
The Crooked Man.
So then they establish, basically they come to a stalemate saying that we don't have any evidence. And then Narissa appears, and now she's able to talk because
I always
Vivian's death.
Narissa is here to explain it all.
Oh.
If you know, you know.
Yep, Clarissa explains it all.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then she's like basically saying, which at some point I kind of start not believing her. And we learn more later that maybe we shouldn't be believing her at all. I don't know.
I was just going with it, but the Crooked Man, in retrospect, it's interesting. He knows he got, and he
started
like,
panicking. He started freaking
like,
out a little bit.
I see. You know, like what she's saying. Yeah, it's like interesting.
Yeah. So then you get to kind of decide. Okay, so now you've decided. Everybody's pretty much convinced that he's guilty. So now you're trying to decide what does the sentencing look like for.
Did you get? So you got this far, Coleman?
I got this far. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So then you.
Wait, did you get to decide?
So okay, you get to decide twice,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
You get a chance to change your mind, which I think is interesting.
But the first time I waited, so okay, I don't know if y'all do this in the game. Do y'all wait until the dialogue gets really close to the end to hear the whole thing?
I do.
Yeah.
So I waited, and then before I could make a choice, he
does.
grabs
You're
you.
right. I thought the same thing. I thought I messed up. I was like, oh no, I
did
didn't choose.
I chose.
What did you choose?
Because I said that I wanted to arrest him, but then he drags you over and acts like he's going to throw you in the well.
It's
And then
the
I was
same
kind of
thing.
mad. I was like, well, I could, but I didn't. No.
Okay, so I guess we can reveal the choices then.
Yeah. So basically, Bigby breaks the hold and you're holding him over the well. And then you get to decide to leave. The sentencing is up to, because also you get to say, do you want it to be up to who you want to decide the sentencing? Do you guys remember this? Like where he's like, oh, like I decide, or like, oh, Snow decides.
I said it should be a vote.
I said it should be a vote as well.
And you know what they do? They just immediately go, well, you're the only actual government, like, Snow doesn't count.
Which was weird. That was weird.
Like, you're the
to me.
actual only government person, so actually we just vote for you. I was like, what the heck?
You're the guy playing the game. You're the person playing
this
the game.
whole time they hated me, and now they're like, I don't know. You decide.
Such little assholes towards him, and then all of a sudden they're like, you need to be the boss.
I was like, okay,
you make the decision.
Also, the witch lady, like when she... Whenever they were having the conversation about the tree, she was like on my butt about like, you burned my tree, and then the Crooked Man was like, yes, the tree, the one thing that you lived for so long. But then she ended up kind of switching. Like, like
she was not
night
the last
and day.
person.
Because everybody joins on one side, right?
She's trying to convince you to arrest him, which seems sus. I was like,
Yeah. Everyone, did you get a point to where everyone was on your side, or because like they all stand next to you? Yeah.
It's interesting because it looks like that kind of happens either way. I don't know. So okay, here's the options. You either throw him down the well, rip his head off, or imprison him.
So I watched all of these too. So if someone didn't do one, I can explain it.
Well,
I chose to imprison him. Coleman, what did you choose?
I chose to imprison him, and I don't know what happened.
Okay. Well, that's fine. So honestly, if you made that choice, Coleman, this is basically the ending. There's like a little thing at the end, but it's fine. Okay, Jericho, what'd you choose?
Yeah, I was gonna put his ass in jail.
Yeah. To me, that felt like the most justice option.
I mean, at this point, we just gotta figure it out. I feel like you don't want it to get this bad. You don't want someone else sort of taking the reins and like, I don't know, just being the bad guy anymore. And then like no one has laws here. We need to start holding ourselves to the same standard. And I'm like, let's start with this situation. Let's get it right. So
let me
put him in jail.
I threw him down the well. Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I'll defend my decision.
What a twist.
If I listen to like basically how I got the crowd, because you can hear them all like back talking and like whatever, they were all basically wanting him to go to the well, except for Auntie Greenleaf, who wanted to imprison him. Everyone else was like wanting the well, and there was some kind of I don't know where it was. If it was, I don't know why I know this. It was either in one of those the books that you read, or someone might have said it or something, but technically by the Fabletown law, like in the charter, they talk about the charter sometimes. In the charter, that's actually the punishment. That is actually the official sentence for his crime. Technically, is the getting thrown down the well. That it's not just like a random thing. That's in their charter for murder or for like whatever. That's like the punishment is to be thrown down the well. So to me, like once the sentence was done, I was just carrying out the Fabletown law because that's the sentence.
But
Also, I didn't trust Auntie Greenleaf because she was so upset about the tree, and then she was his henchman essentially. And then she's like, "Oh no, Will in prison. I could just do a magic.
I was
and
a little
just keep
sus of
him.
that too.
It'll just keep
Yeah.
him fine. It's fine." And so I was like, I feel like that's just going to
With
be
what
like
tree?
a problem later. Like, is he going to get out? Is he going to be like free, or like is she going to help him get out? I just feel like it
no,
was going to be a
the
problem.
Arby's down the street. He's gonna be the tree inside of that Arby's.
Okay. He's
That's
growing
him.
back as a
That's
tree.
that's
And so
crooked
I
man,
ended
crooked
up
tree
choosing.
man.
I ended up choosing to throw him down the well. I just felt like it was what the people wanted. It was weird,
But
'cause
it's what
technically that's
he
not what we would
wanted.
do.
He wanted you to throw him down the well too.
It was part of the Fabletown charter, and so I will tell you what happens if you choose rip his head off, because I watched that one.
I have a question
or
about this
kill him?
charter.
Yeah.
I didn't read too deep, and is there anything about like evidence?
No, there's not anything about evidence. Chain
technically,
of evidence.
That's part of my train of thought was like, okay, listen, like even knowing that now, I'm like, I still feel bad me choosing the path for this guy because we don't have like concrete evidence that, even though I know he's done these things, we have no evidence.
I mean, you're
Meanwhile, we
right.
do have evidence about Crane, and he's in Paris.
I mean, you're right.
So
You're right.
Yeah,
that's like kind of messed up too when you think about it.
So if you get to the well and you choose kill him, or kill him in prison or throw him down the well. If you choose kill him, what basically happens is he just goes behind. It's another decapitation. He goes behind him and he just rips his head out, and people start freaking out. Like especially Beast or Beauty, and some of the others are like they're just like because it's so gruesome and just sudden. And then you end up his body like falls in, and you're the wolf, and you're just like holding his head. And it's like all the stuff's falling out.
Well,
and then you just like drop it down. And then at the top, it says, Fabletown is afraid of the big bad wolf.
I see why. Okay, your
So it's like a
playthrough,
fear
Josh.
run. It's like
Your
a fear run.
playthrough will make perfect sense for the sequel based on what I know with the
I
trailer.
No. So mine, I didn't kill him like that, though. I just pushed him in. It was fine.
Oh,
They were
stop.
just like, okay.
I thought you said you killed him. Or you
No.
you just
I was
pushed
just
him down
describing.
there.
I watched it. I just pushed him down. If you choose to throw him down the well, it just pushes him down, and it says Fabletown will remember this on mine.
Okay, but they're not
If
scared.
you do the rip the head off, it says Fabletown is afraid of the big bad wolf. It says it specifically like that, which is cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
And
cool.
it's like an evil, more like fear type thing, I think.
Yeah. So
So I'm curious about the in prison. Actually, didn't watch. I didn't really. I watched where he just throws him to the side of the well, but I didn't see what happens. Like, with explain that. Do they explain the imprisonment?
yeah, so basically then there's like some time pass essentially. Like, you go to your
So yeah, Coleman hasn't seen like the scene afterwards. It's kind of like if it's a few days later or something.
few
Yeah.
days later, or maybe like a couple of weeks. I don't remember the time frame.
Either way, it's a
yeah,
jump.
there's like
Regardless,
a time jump.
Yeah, they're like waiting in line to talk to Snow White, the whole town.
I was like, man, this seems like a mess again already.
Yep. And then they're like, oh,
Wait, do they
Flycatcher
talk about
forgot
the
his
in prison?
keys.
Do they talk about? Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
that.
it comes up. So basically, then you're going to the business office. There's a big line, and then Snow's like, "Oh, Flycatcher forgot his keys." And then if you did choose to imprison the Crooked Man, Auntie Greenleaf comes by and shows Bigby the results of the work, and he's turned into a crow. And you take him to the farm. With the rest,
I
he
feel like
goes
that's
to the
sus.
farm.
He's a bird.
I feel like that's a problem.
Yeah.
But he's in
I
a
feel like that's a
cage.
problem.
Yeah,
I feel like that can be undone. This is a problem. Birds
Yeah.
are smart. Crows are smart.
yeah. So then you take him to the farm, and then if you decide not to send Colin to the farm, he will appear with beers and head
I saw.
to
He
Bigby's
like
apartment.
winks at you.
Yeah, he's
Yeah. But if you do decide to send him to the farm, he's just in the truck with Toad and Toad Jr. So regardless of what you chose, Toad and Toad Jr. are in the truck.
Weird.
like, they're having to go.
It sounds like they have to go regardless.
They are. They're
Toad
like
and Toad Jr.
someone's taking them.
Yeah.
Like about to
This
drive
is
them to the
what
farm.
if
And I
he
had
paid
no
for
way.
him? No, because Coleman paid for them.
I
The
did
glamour.
too.
Oh,
I did too, but they
Oh.
still went. I never
No.
got to a point where
That's
like,
messed up.
yeah,
The
I was sort
government
of,
failed them.
I was like, what the hell? Like, I don't get to prevent them from going to the farm. Like, I didn't get a say
I
for
do feel
Colin
like out of
or
all
them.
this in this whole game, that whole situation, I just feel like it was weird. I feel like I should have more control over what happened.
I agree. Like, that's why I just put it on the wayside because I was like, I'm gonna have to have a conversation with Snow at some point about this. I know, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to make
Me
make
too.
the call.
It must come up later then. Like it must be a plot in the second game
Maybe.
where
I
like
mean, it has
they
to be.
go
You
to the
probably go to the
farm.
farm, and,
Has
and
to
your
be.
dumb bird there's caused all this problem.
And
Yeah.
the baby toad gives. Or I
Yeah.
accepted the
He wants
gift
to
to
give
give the
Snow a
Snow White
gift.
little beetle.
That kind of seemed pointless, even though it was kind of cute. But like I
One
don't
thing
really
that was
understand.
weird, because my Colin stayed, and then the toads were leaving, and it made it awkward because Toad was like, "Well, where's Colin? He's not on the truck," and it actually was really awkward
I just said,
because I was like, "None of
I
your
don't know.
business," basically.
I was just like, I was because one of the options was
I'm
like,
a corrupt government official. What can I tell you?
I don't know. He left. I don't know where he
That's what I
went.
said. I was like, I don't know where he is, and then I'm like,
See,
smug him.
I said all of them because I'm a just ruler, okay?
Yeah,
I
sure.
was just. And so he was in the car, and I basically, it's kind of cute because he kind of gets it, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
not
yeah.
super mad. Like, he was like, what did he say? They have one last cigarette together.
Oh, that
and
is
and I
cute.
chose to give him the pack of cigarettes. I said, here you go, buddy.
Aw.
And then he left.
I mean, I should have sent him because as I got to know the pig, he's sort of an asshole.
Well, I didn't know. Thought I was choosing to like not. I thought I was like you said. I thought I was going to decide later. I thought I was
Yeah.
kicking it down the road.
I sort of wish I would have pushed harder to get Colin to the farm because he's just like drinking all your drinks.
Yeah.
yeah. he
Sitting in
kinda
your
sucks.
He's a
chair.
freeloader. He's a
He sort of
freeloader.
sucks. Yeah.
Because if he had a
Yeah.
glamour, he could go get a job.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
no.
just-
Oh, no. We're starting
That's
to
a
sound a
problem.
little-
That's a problem with Fables these days. None of them want to work.
Nobody wants to work.
That's what I said about.
Way
That's what I said
around.
about Auntie Greenlow. It's like, go work at the freaking Dollar General in the Bronx. Okay, come on.
Yeah.
There's places to work.
Whoa.
We've seen where they're living. You know,
I think we got the
Okay.
wrong message from this game.
yeah,
No, we talked
It
about
was-
it.
it was from like 2013, maybe even older. So
The Arby's in the Bronx, the Dollar General in the Bronx.
Go
they
work there.
ain't got an oak tree for the play place though. They probably just have a instead of a ball pit, it's just a tack pit.
Attack.
I don't know why tacks are there, but
Have fun.
So, okay, I'll be honest. From here on out, I don't understand what's going on.
Ah.
I have no idea what's happening. I don't understand.
Hey, I didn't either.
Ooh, I looked
Yeah.
into this. I watched like a 15-minute video on the very, very end.
because
So I didn't have time.
I always wondered like this has nothing to do with the actual what happened because basically he's
Oh,
just
Coleman. Yeah, explain it for Coleman.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try my best, but like at the very end, you're having a conversation with he's like Big B's outside.
It's like on the street.
Yeah, out on the street,
It's
and
raining.
Narissa comes up to him and is just like, basically just saying, they're still lucky to have you. And Big B is like, you know, I just wish I could have made better choices. Like, am I really the right person for this job? Basically, that kind of conversation with her. And like all of a sudden, like she starts saying like the things that she says, like Big B's like having.
I will say,
like,
wait, before you tell him that, there's one other thing before that, because this was interesting. She basically admits she lied and like didn't like the Crooked Man didn't
She didn't
was
see
never
him
present.
say that? She
Yeah,
was never
She
there?
basically said she's lied and like just made it up because he's a bad dude. And Big
But
B,
why
like
did
you
he
have a couple
agree with
options
it?
because you're like
she
you could
gives
be
us
like
a little bit more details. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like truly like I didn't get like I'm like, oh, she's lied, but like I'm not. This sounds bad, but I'm like, she did the right thing. Like you could tell, like she's trying to save the girls. But yeah, she didn't tell the truth, but it's okay.
there's a few
I
options
don't
you
think
have.
anyone here was telling the truth, so I didn't
I
feel really.
picked something where it was like, what's done is done. He's like,
Yeah.
well, oh well.
I was like, you did what you had to do. 'Cause, like,
Yeah.
So
I
why did
believe
he
you. At
act?
this point, after what we have witnessed, I believe you. But like, okay, very end though, like whatever she says is triggering for him, and he's like, "Did I hear that before?" And
He
he's
says
hearing
no
all these-
matter. She says no matter what other people say,
You're
you're
a
not
nice
so bad
guy.
or something. Yeah,
You're not so bad.
yeah.
And that's apparently what Faith or Donkey
At the very
Skin
beginning. Yeah.
says to him at the very beginning. So we're like, was Narissa Faith donkey
Correct.
skin the whole time? Because that's the whole character's backstories are good. They had to escape. They had
hide in
to
the skin,
go
yeah.
under a disguise, and like that is their character. That is their power.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, Kayla's getting it now. She's put it together.
but it could be vice versa, right?
Correct.
It could.
They
so it's
leave
hard-
you. It's like the ending of Inception. They leave you on the spinning top. They leave you where you don't know if they're trying to say that Narissa is actually Faith in disguise, or if it's opposite, or if Faith is Narissa.
Okay, that makes more sense. Coleman, does that make sense to you? Do you kind of understand? Okay, because okay.
I was really hoping too at some point Little Red Riding Hood would show up because that makes sense. And I'm like, was that maybe? But there, I don't know how
cut.
fairy
Maybe
tales
Or the
work.
dwarves. I wanted to see the dwarves.
Yeah, but I was like, maybe this is because when I heard and I
I want
had
to see
look it
Mickey
up.
Mouse.
Mickey
Anything's
Mouse.
Kingdom
possible. I want to see
Hearts.
They could
Godzilla.
put Steamboat
Sora.
Willie because his expirations.
Yeah, he can be in anything.
So
One other thing, really quick. Wait, Coleman, you ask your question first.
no, you go. You go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say that she does also reveal. So Narissa reveals that she stole the photo of Crane and Lily, knowing that it would lead to trouble with the Crooked Man. So she kind of incited this
She
whole
did,
incident.
and she put
She's smart.
Faith's head on the doorstep.
She moved the head.
Yeah,
Who?
yeah.
On purpose, yeah. So
Narissa did.
Narissa.
She confesses like a bunch of stuff to you.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
Narissa
he's like,
is
"Oh."
the girl. It's the last one with the ribbon.
The Ariel.
Remember
It's supposed to be Ariel.
the Ariel.
I mean,
Yeah.
here's the deal. Was it a cool ending and a lot of interesting information? It wasn't like the most like.
No,
it
it
wasn't the
wasn't.
best ending. To me, it was just
confusing.
like, I don't really care.
I like the
what's-
trial part, but yeah, I didn't need that.
The trial part was
honestly.
bad. Like Coleman, you didn't miss too much.
No,
Yeah,
you didn't.
I agree.
You could still go watch it or like finish it.
honestly, my ending was kind of fun because
I think
That's true. Yeah.
no, like the game broke so hilariously bad. Y'all were live streaming, and I was at the beginning. I was here. I was just going, "What is happening, y'all?"
still think I have a
sent you
picture.
pictures. I sent you pictures of it. It
Yeah.
broke so bad. Okay. I'll tell you what happened. The last thing I remember, the game ends. Colin is walking by with something in his mouth.
I gotta see
That's
this.
the beer cans. The beer
And
cans.
yeah, but it didn't look like beer cans. It looked like a star.
That's
And
so funny.
So then there's that
It's just
picture.
an asset that
This
has
is
got
like a
like rendered.
dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's that, and then I don't see the people waiting in line. The game moves to where the magic mirror is, and I'm just looking at shelves, and it has the options where it says you can't use this option or something. Then the game freaks out, and then I skip to the Crooked Man's office. I'm back in the Crooked Man's office, and I'm fighting Tweedledum and the demon guy again. And I'm like fighting, and I'm like when I'm fighting them, it's like cutscened to the point where like it's like I pick one thing and it shows me beating them and they're dead, and then like I run through the portal in the middle.
It's like
That's
a fever
insane.
dream.
And then I cut to the bar, and I'm in the bar, and then that's when I see the floating heads of
That's so
That's
funny.
wild.
floating
Yeah.
nakedless Bigby, and
It's like your game was just warping. I will say something similar happened when I got to that scene. I had to restart the game because when I got to that scene,
okay, you put it on stream. Thank God. I was
I
hoping
did.
you would put it on.
when I got to that scene, it same thing happened. It showed the pig with the beers, and he winked at me. But this is weird because this is out of sequence because that's not what happens when I restarted. It was different because that scene plays a little bit after. So it showed the pig with the beer, and then it showed Bigby in the hall, and it had choices I could make, and it said, "This is a blank choice. This is a blank
Mine
choice.
did
this is a
too,
blank
almost
choice."
in that exact same spot.
So
I think something's
but
broken.
It's got to be broken, but I thought it was part of the game because I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Like you're done. Like he's resting, so like he doesn't have any more choices to make."
Yeah.
didn't
Jared,
know
did
it
you play
was
this
part
on
of the
Steam?
game.
Did
I
you play it
played
on
on-
Steam?
No, I played on my PlayStation.
Okay,
it's a
that's why
Steam
y'all
thing.
are having problems.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. That makes sense, actually.
Also, my computer's just been like sick, so I had
I
no
don't know why
choice.
mine broke so bad. Also, why would he be having beers if I told him? Yeah, I didn't tell him yes or no. They
Yours
just
just
go
was
to the
like
farm.
loading like random
Yeah.
scenes or something.
That was
I
crazy.
didn't have one issue.
Yeah, so
Wow.
basically, Narissa, like maybe something's going on with her, and then at the very end, Coleman, you get the choice to chase after her or to not, basically. And then that's it, and then it just ends. It's still like a cool cutoff, but like I don't know. I felt personally like that was kind of just like.
Yeah, it's just a setup for future stuff, I guess, but it's not the best.
So there's gonna have to be a canon ending to this game, though. So like in the Walking Dead game, there was a canon ending because things could change.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think this could be
like, what about the crook? What's gonna happen to the Crooked Man? You know,
he could just
What
be not
canon
involved either
ending?
way. Like whether he died or was arrested, they could
Where's
just do something
Crane?
else.
But for everyone, Crane's missing, so I'm
Yeah,
sure
that's great.
Crane
Yeah.
comes back around. So, and then
Well,
you have
y'all
that.
should watch the trailer for
I
the
wanna
new
watch
game
it.
that
Yeah, I've
might
seen
not
it.
come
I've
out,
seen it. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen it.
but it's pretty cool.
Well, I think we should close this out by saying, how do we feel about the game overall? Like, if you had to give it like a review, like give us like your one sentence, like closing thoughts on like maybe what you thought was different, maybe your favorite things, favorite moments, favorite episode, like give your final like wrap up. Coleman, you're our guest, so let's let you go first. I know you didn't get to fully complete it, but you
no.
basically did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
You basically did. So tell us, like, if you would you recommend this game? What was your favorite thing and like your least favorite thing?
I would recommend this game, I think, but it would not be the first Telltale game I recommend. I would recommend The Walking Dead first because
Okay.
that game feels a little bit more complete to me and a little bit more simple, like
Okay.
for a storytelling game. I did really enjoy it. I will say I
Yeah.
really enjoyed this game. My favorite part was probably I really liked the interrogation scenes where it was up to me to figure out the whole story, and I like the idea of messing up too. Like oh man, I missed out on that. Dang, I can't go back. Well, I mean I could, but no. One thing I did not like about the game was not giving me the lore of the mystical land. I wanted me and Kayla talked about this in the sibling takeover episode. We wanted a whole episode of just lore, like
A
maybe even
prequel episode,
like
yeah.
flashbacks and stuff like that. I wanted stuff like that. So that's my only complaint is I needed more lore in this
Yeah.
world.
I think that's fair. Jerica, you want to go next?
Yeah, I think overall good game. I think I'm gonna give it a little bit of give it some grace just because of how old it is. But I'm with Coleman on this. Like comparatively to I don't know what came first, this or Walking Dead, or was this made
Walking
like
Dead. Slightly first, I think, from what I saw. It's like 2013 versus 2014.
so they made this because there's a couple of Walking Dead seasons.
Oh,
I
there's
just wonder what the
multiple
timeline-
there's multiple games too for that Walking Dead Telltale game
That's what I
too.
was wondering though. Did they not? They had to have worked on this like after the first season of The Walking Dead. Then
First season of Walking Dead was 2012. And then
I guess I could have done this research to see how much grace I wanted to give them.
2013 was Wolf Among Us.
Okay, so it was
So it's
after
like
that.
kind of
All right, I'm
similar.
not gonna give them
time.
as much grace, but yeah, they definitely won. I didn't like how it felt as much as playing the first season of Walking Dead. First season of Walking Dead is a 10 out of 10 video game.
It's so good.
For this experience, I feel like the story is interesting enough, but it just didn't hit those emotional beats and struggles. I feel like it just like was trying to push me too much to be the big bad wolf, even though that was part of what, I get to Josh's point you sort of sharing earlier, like they are putting that in my face to make me easily make that choice. But I'm like, I don't know, put some more, I don't know, risk on Big B or some larger consequences to really make me scared about what choice I might make next. I never
Yeah.
felt scared or compelled to like make a certain choice. I was sort of like just going with the wind. But what really worked for this game though is being a detective and being on trial was really fun. I think they landed something with the dialogue and the sort of back and forth and making sure you're not like getting smooth talked over by the crooked man. I give this game 7.5 out of 10. That is my review. I like to put a number on it because it helps me like reflect on like, was this a great and was it a masterpiece? A great game. Okay. There's some things that I want to see improved with the next one, but I'm gonna be there day one if this game ever comes out. Wolf Among Us 2 comes out, I'm there because I'm interested, because now I just want to see what the humans or the Mundies can bring to this world so bad, and get some more backstory from where these characters came from.
Nice. Josh?
A lot of similar sentiments. I think that I'd want more backstory, a lot more lore. We were confused about a lot of those aspects. The gameplay itself a little bit janky. This is Telltale, and kind of known for that a little bit, so it is what it is. But we're here for the story. I do think the world is very compelling. Of course, this isn't their original world, but most of their games are IP games. I think the presentation does carry a lot of weight with this and sells it, like the graphics and the music and the atmosphere, the tone. They do nail that. Some of the writing is really good. The stuff between Bigby and Snow and the Crooked Man in particular. So I did love the trial ending. So there's a lot to like. I do think in a way this is a little bit overhyped, because you do hear so much about, like, not to say it's bad, but like everyone's just like, well, you got to play Wolf Among Us. They even when they got shut down, one of the first things everyone was like, oh no, we're never gonna have a Wolf Among Us 2.
Has all these people replayed it since 2013 or whatever?
It's fine. Like, it's good. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I played it. There's things I really love about it. It is a little rough around the edge. I think the choices felt good. Like, as far as feeling weighty, they do feel pretty weighty. And so, it's good. I would probably also give it a 7.5. We're doing the 0.5s.
We're doing 0.5. Yeah, I feel like it deserves a 0.5 because it does have like something special there. And I don't want to be too harsh on it because it is unique still.
I think, there's a lot to improve. That's what we can say.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed, I love the Crooked Man part. So the last episode was my favorite, just because of like getting into all that like we talked about a lot in this episode, the government stuff. Like, no one's really right or wrong. Everyone's kind of wrong in this. I like when stories. That's the whole point of this. It's very gritty, very gray area kind of stuff. And so I like the kind of like philosophical aspects of it, of like, are these really the good guys, or are they just kind of like different flavors of the same problem? And so, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think that I was disappointed with how it ended. While a lot of this worked for me. I really liked the style. I feel like it has a very particular tone to it that we all talked about that we really liked. I liked the investigative aspects of it. I do wish there was a little bit more like clues strewn throughout that, like, if you find them, they add certain things to your experience. But I do like the choice. I think the dialogue options were good. The character conversations, like we mentioned, I feel like are really well written. And I do like, as we've started to talk about it more, I think this is a perfect game for Video Game Book Club to like discuss together, because I kind of like, as we have discussed it more, the whole kind of big picture, I feel like kind of sank in more with me as we were like discussing it. I think it's one of those that you kind of can like turn around in your head for a little bit and like really think about. Sure. But I think what's really important for me is context. And I feel like I lacked that a lot of the time in this game. I think you could have been given even just a little bit more nuggets of like background, and it would have really added to the experience. And I think my favorite episode, honestly, and I think this kind of encompasses what I enjoyed about the game the most, was episode 2. Because I feel like
I agree. I like 2 and 3 a lot.
2, I feel like, was really good because you start to get a little bit like, I don't think a game needs shock value to be impactful, but I do think it adds to your experience when you're like, what? Oh my God, I can't believe that happened. And I feel like a lot of that occurred in episode 2. You get the reveal about Crane. You realize that like Snow's not actually dead in that episode. I think there's a lot of really cool aspects that are done there. And I feel like while I did really like the investigative part in the final episode and the trial, and I actually really liked the final battle with Bloody Mary too. I just think that as an overall experience, there left some things to be desired. But I would still really recommend it. I think it's fun. I think this would be a good game to recommend to people that are not that big of gamers, I feel like you could broadly recommend this to like. I feel like this is a very approachable game.
Yeah, it's
I
like an
guess.
HBO show or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much like feels like an episode of or like a series of television. So, I don't know. I'm not super adept at like giving ratings, but I think I would probably do like a 7 or 7.5. Like I think that's probably the load I'd end at. I would definitely play it and follow up. Like I feel like it intrigues me enough. It's
Yeah,
a
I definitely would.
digestible like
You know, and
experience.
it says a lot that I'm kind of like already kind of I do have to get approval from Caleb before I start any new media, but you know, I'm interested in the graphic novel a little bit. You
I'm
know, I
just
kind
kidding.
I am
of
too. I am too.
Yes, of course. You must give my approval for me.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think I'd be curious too to read some more of the graphic novels and the comics just to see. But I kind of was joking earlier, but I don't like when franchises as a whole kind of like limit you on your experience of one form of the media by like
Right.
assuming you were to have like
We shouldn't have to.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I think having that additional media should only add to your experience and not take away from it. And I
Right.
feel like it kind of takes away from it here. But yeah, I think that's our final thoughts
Hey,
on
wow.
Wolf Among Us. What a fun book club to do
What a
together.
fun one.
Thank you,
That was a
Coleman,
good one.
again for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I give mine I gave a solid 7. Everyone gave a score except
Oh,
me.
yeah,
I would
yeah,
give it
yeah.
a solid
Okay.
7.
Yeah,
Fair.
yeah.
I think we're all on the same page.
I guess
Yeah.
that would average to like 7.3.
It was gonna be a
something.
7.5, but the ending that I got gave a sour taste
That's
in my
true.
mouth. So
Hey, that's fair.
I gave it a 7. I know
It's-
I feel bad because it's a
No,
bug and
no.
it's not their fault, but it kind of is. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
They've
it could be.
had 10 years to fix it.
Yeah. Well, guys, as a reminder, Reanimal, we're going to be playing that next. It comes out on Friday the 13th. Whoa, Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Ooh. So you'll have a couple days to play it. I'm assuming Monday the 16th, we will probably just do like first impressions, maybe like how far we've gotten in. I think we looked it up, but it's only like an 8 or 9 hour experience. I feel like
We
I
were
remember.
just sort of like basing it on like Little Nightmares, just trying to get a gauge
Yeah.
for how long. So that could change. Not.
We'll know very
I mean,
fast because people
yeah,
will play it the first day.
We'll figure it out as soon as we get in there. I'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
For sure.
Let
Well,
me see when reviews come out for it too.
ooh.
Oh yeah,
don't
they'll
think-
probably tell that in after embargo.
Yeah.
Quick thing, real
Yes.
quick, Josh. Can you see how long your playtime was for Wolf
Ooh.
Among Us on Steam? I know Jerica can't right now because you played it on PlayStation,
Yeah.
but maybe later you can figure that out.
I could see it.
Uh,
6.8 hours should be about accurate.
oh.
Steam. Coleman, you left yours open, didn't you, for a while? yours
Yeah,
was messed up.
mine's currently still running.
Oh my God.
yeah, well, here's-
I tried to.
That should
I
be
tried
about
to go
accurate,
back
though.
and fix it.
So
I tried
right
to go
about
back.
7 hours roughly.
That's interesting. Mine's 8.5.
You're just walking around more, reading
Yep,
all
just
those little
looking
books.
around.
I think I clicked everything.
I at some point I kind of just didn't because it was just like
It
whatever.
didn't reward you for clicking things.
Yeah.
I wish there was more like consumable like clue
know.
items.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
something that could help you like build your case.
Because sometimes you'd have
Yeah.
the clue items on the left, but then that didn't really do anything either. I was like,
No, it
okay.
didn't do anything at all.
Great.
Coleman, did you add another Spider-Man to your couch over there?
2 of them.
Yeah, there's more.
They're multiplying.
Yeah.
There's more. Yeah.
Stevie did it. Stevie's finding them.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
That one.
I love
This
that.
one is like my childhood pillow.
No.
The
Oh yeah,
top
yeah,
one.
yeah. It's like
and
a
then-
bead pillow.
Yeah, and then they just keep adding. I have more. Hold on.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I got another one. He'll be there. That's the one the hunter.
Oh.
I think I
me.
got you that one. Or no,
Yeah,
Hunter did.
Hunter
Yeah.
did.
We got on our in-person event, we got some Spider-Man lore, Coleman Spider-Man lore.
Oh my god, I did, Coleman. I told them
She
a
outed
story.
you.
I told them about this story when you were little, when you used to wear your Spider-Man mask and you wouldn't talk when you had it on.
Cruel.
Yeah, and my cousin, our cousin,
bully.
he was a little bit more
No.
he was a little bit more plus size. Our cousin Carson, and he would try to wear my costumes, but they would fit me, and he would bust the seams on them, and like it would look. It was just like a. Yeah,
It's not funny. But it's just. Well, because
he was cute. He was.
it was cute. We had the blacks. There was the black suit too, right? Because did you have at one point you had that one and then the normal Spider-Man suit?
Mhm.
But anyways, thank you again, Coleman, so much for being here. I'm sure we'll have you back again for your third iteration of Video Game Book Club.
Yes.
Not to be topped by the original Titanfall book club. But all right, let's see, or is anybody live? Let's take a look. I don't know if we have time. Because we got a nice little raid from Eric, Mr. the Human. Let's go do a raid for Shay Noel. She is playing Final Fantasy. Hold on, wait. Roman numerals, I can do it.
5 seconds.
7.
Hey, you did it.
Ooh.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.